Welcome into Cumberland County High School in Crossville, Tennessee. The site of this high school basketball District 7 AAA doubleheader on tap as Upperman visits Cumberland County. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network as we welcome you in to the Crouch Team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show. Moments away from tip-off and our girls game, a fun one tonight as the number one ranked team in the state. The Upperman Lady Bees take on the hosting Cumberland County Lady Jets, led by one of the top players in this entire state in Sydney Wilhite. Upperman enters this game the consensus number one ranked team in the state, number one in the BCAP poll, number one in the Tennessee Sports Writers Association poll. They are 15-3 on the season and on a 10-game winning streak, coming off a 47-41 victory over White County on Friday night in Baxter. For the Lady Bees, they have controlled the series against Cumberland County, winning 11 straight. The last win for the Lady Jets over Upperman was December 30th, 2013. Cumberland County, though, under first-year head coach, now back, her first year back at the helm. Radhika Dishman having a good start to the season as well, 13-7. This is their first game this year against 3A competition. They're coming off of back-to-back 59-9 victories over Eagleton Academy and Bledsoe County. For the Lady Jets, it's their District 7 AAA opener for Upperman, trying to get to 2-0 in the district. When we come back, we'll have the Southwell Auto Clinic starting lineups and all the action from Crossville on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back to Crossville. Moments away from tip-off here between the Cumberland County Lady Jets and the Upperman Lady Bees. It's a doubleheader tonight, a top 10 matchup coming up next between these two boys programs. I'm Noah McKay, one of 4 games live across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network tonight. Over on UCR 2, Livingston Academy hosting DeKalb County. On UCR 3, Red Bowling Springs against Pickett County. And over on UCR 4, Shelbyville against Cookeville. Let's get right to the Southwell Auto Clinic starting lineups. The Southwell Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors, starting tonight for the Cumberland County Lady Jets and their head coach Radhika Dishman with a record of 13-7. This is their 7-3A opener tonight. Starting for the Lady Jets, number 00, Maddie Spriggs. Number 1, Kaylin Hale. Number 23, Sydney Wilhite. Number 24, Cadence Wilson. And number 25, Olivia Futrell. Their opponents tonight, the Upperman Lady Bees under head coach Dana McWilliams. They are 15-3 on the season and 1-0 in District 7 AAA. As Sydney Wilhite being honored at half court right now for passing yet another milestone in her illustrious career. Starting for the Lady Bees tonight, number 11, Sadie South. Number 12, Taylor Delente. Number 22, Gracie Butler. Number 23, Maggie Butler. And number 24, T.T. Carson. You see Sydney Wilhite, she is a superstar, one of the candidates certainly at this point in the season to be the Upper Cumberland Girls Player of the Year. You're going to see her on display this evening. She can shoot the three from anywhere in the gym. She can pull off the dribble. She can drive inside, finish around the rim. A complete player that's going to have her choice of Division I colleges where she wants to play at the next level if she so chooses. For the Upperman Lady Bees, it's been a very balanced attack for them this season, and it was a superstar fourth quarter for Gracie Butler against White County on Friday night. She had 13 in the frame as Upperman rattled off a 13-0 run after trailing by 7 in the middle of the fourth to end White County's district winning streak at 2 consecutive years. We'll give you updates on White County's game tonight. It's a big one, 2 versus 3 in the State Stone Memorial in Sparta tonight. Feature coverage on UpperCumberlandReporter.com as Goose is there this evening. Here tonight, Upperman, the road team in the black uniforms, black shorts, gold numbers and letters on the front and the back, outlined in white trim with Baxter across the front. Cumberland County in their traditional home white uniforms, white shorts, powder blue numbers and letters with CCHS across the front. Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for this evening. Probably the most unique gym, certainly in District 7 3A here. We are far away from the action as usual, but happy to be along with you here on the powder blue courts in Crossville. 7-3A this year, a 5-team district, is very different. Only an 8-game district slate puts even more pressure each and every night to win basketball games. Cumberland County trying to defend their home court and show that they are in the upper echelon of this district. Upperman looking to keep the run going as they enter as the hottest team in the state in the 3A classification, and maybe even further than that. Lady Bees are going to attack left to right on your screen. Cumberland County right to left. When we get back to action, you'll hear the band behind us. They're a good one. They played a great rendition of the national anthem. They are directly behind me here. Also going at it solo today. So if the camera gets a little off or the scoreboard gets a little off, my apologies in advance, but I'll do my best to keep it on the up and up. It's going to be Sydney Wilhite against Gracie Butler in the circle. 4 quarters to decide a winner in the state's toughest 3A district. Our lead official, Mr. Tinsley, walks it in. Says we're ready to go. Let's get it on in Crossville. Tip ricochets in Cumberland County possesses on the first possession. Into the half court, they'll come with Futrell. She'll send it over right side. Spriggs, Maddie Spriggs, having a great start to her high school career. She sends off to Sydney Wilhite. Wilhite surveys, goes to work on TT Carson, now sends left side Futrell. Futrell fires a pass, Cadence Wilson, one of the returners from last year's squad. Wilson surveys the floor. Upperman starts in their man-to-man. Eventually, they'll go into their 2-3. Wilhite drives into Carson, now gives back to Hale. Kaylin Hale's first touch. She sends back left wing side to Cadence Wilson. Wilson, one dribble, back to Spriggs. A lot of perimeter passing right now for the Lady Jets. Now Wilson outside. Wilhite trying to post up. Carson picks her up. Wilson fires a pass out to the right side. This one swung back left to Hale. Hale on the crossover, drives into Butler, and Maggie Butler swipes it away. A turnover. Here comes Gracie Butler in transition. Gracie gives back to Sadie South. South back to TT Carson. Carson hands off Taylor Delente. Here's Gracie Butler in the half court, sends it right side. Maggie Butler lines up the 3 and hits. Maggie Butler with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3, and the Lady Bees get the scoring started from long range. Into the half court now, Cumberland County basketball. Here's Olivia Futrell. Futrell spins it over left side. This one grabbed by Hale. It has been 12 years since Cumberland County defeated Upperman in girls basketball. They hope tonight is the night that changes in a timeout call by Radhika Dishman because nothing's going offensively right now for the Lady Jets. It'll be a quick cash pawn, timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout. So we'll stick here through it. Again, 4 games live tonight. Over on UCR2, DeKalb County and Livingston. On UCR3, it is Pickett County Red Bowling Springs. And on UCR4, Shelbyville and Cookville. Feature coverage of White County and Stone Memorial on the website later on today. Quick Cash Pawn is our timeout sponsor for Upperman basketball. If you need some quick cash, go visit our friends at Quick Cash Pawn in the heart of Cookville. It'll be Cumberland County basketball out of the timeout called by Radhika Dishman, her first year back at the helm. Had a great run here in the middle 2010s, and now back trying to propel Cumberland County into the upper echelon of this state. Out of the timeout, Futrell with the basketball. She'll send it over to Hale. Hale surveys, fires into Wilson. She's picked up by Gracie Butler. Already a pass into the interior, something they didn't have in the first couple of minutes. Now, lost handle on it, though, on the crossover. A turnover. Lady Bees regained possession with a 3-0 lead. 6:12 to go in the first quarter. Full court press, that is a staple in Ronica Dishman's defense as T.T. Carson drives, picks up her dribble. She's triple team, spins it over to Taylor Delenti, who just chucks it. No call, play on. Good defense for Cumberland County. Here's Sydney Wilhite. Pulls up. She can rain it home, and she does. Sydney Wilhite from downtown, and we're tied up at 3. Wilhite, the kind of player that can put the team on her back by herself, and now an errant drive and ball out of play, and a big answer out of the timeout for Cumberland County. They'll get it back on the turnover. Upperman into their full court press. Inbound here, Maddie Spriggs. Spriggs runs into a trap, picks up, fires a dangerous feed. Carson with the steal. Carson now drives inside, flips over. That one intercepted. A mistake. Now another near turnover and out of bounds. It will be a turnover. Lady Bees get the basketball back. Both teams struggling to find offensive rhythm. One triple each way, 5:36 to go in the first quarter. Delenti inbounds, backdoor wide open. Gracie Butler with the 2. Fresh off a 25 performance against White County, Gracie Butler has her first bucket. Wilhite fires back over left side. Trying to drive now back over Wilhite. Sets up against the man, now crosses over, drives. Wilhite, tough shot, no. Rebound fought for. And now trying to bounce out. A lot of contact. We play on. 7-3-A hoops. They're going to let them go. T.T. Carson will bring it up. Carson. Hands off a bobbled pass. Delenti now fires into Maggie. Maggie gives back to Delenti. She'll reverse over to Sadie South. South to Delenti. Delenti with a drive down the baseline. Gets inside. Shot too strong. Rebound punched. And it goes right down to Olivia Futrell. An opportunity for Cumberland County down by 2. Hale gives back, now behind the back move for Spriggs. Spriggs bounces it over. Here's a drive. Futrell throws it up with the right hand. Can't hit. Delenti with a rebound. Pass into no man's land. Butler gathers. Now Gracie Butler, coast to coast, swiped away. Wilhite, feet on the line as she grabbed the basketball, but Sydney Wilhite gets the block. It remains Lady B basketball. 4:34 to go in the first quarter, 5-3 Upperman. Very early here in Crossville. Inbound thrown over the top for T.T. Carson. Carson drives inside, puts the shot up, no but a foul. They'll get Kaylin Hale for the game's first personal, and 2 free throws at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for T.T. Carson, the junior who has entered the starting lineup in Greenville and been really good in that spot. First one for Carson is no good. Oh for 2 at the charity stripe, rebounded by Sydney Wilhite. And a break for the Lady Jets. Wilhite again pops the 3 and again hits. Sydney Wilhite with her second triple of the first quarter. Hand down, man down, as the great Mark Jackson used to say. Now Carson's in some trouble, just tried to throw it out of bounds. It's loose. This is going to be a 10-second violation. Knocked out of play. There was a point. What's the call? Some confusion, and they get the ball to Cumberland County. How was that Cumberland County basketball? Cassie Crouch going to check in for T.T. Carson. And now the official finally gives a signal. Maybe Carson was out of bounds. I'm not sure. Either way, Cumberland County basketball with a 1-point lead, middle of the first quarter. Pass fired over right side, Spriggs. Quick trigger 3. That one nearly banked in. Rebound tipped into the air. Wilson gathers for the Lady Jets. Reverses back out Olivia Futrell. Futrell works it over left side. Upperman is into their 2-3. Didn't take long to go there. Spriggs with it right wing side. Spriggs into the corner. Wilhite. All the points so far for the Lady Jets come from Sydney Wilhite, averaging 30 a night, just under it. Little runner thrown up, quick shot, and it's good. Olivia Futrell with the 2. And all of a sudden, out of that timeout, Cumberland County playing good basketball. 3-point lead on their home floor. Trying to make a statement tonight. Here's Cassie Crouch. She sends it over right side, Sadie South. South to Gracie Butler. Butler working on Wilhite. Spins inside. Gracie Butler is fouled. Body's hitting the floor. Gracie Butler will go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line, and unfortunately Olivia Futrell got twisted up a little bit. And she's a bit slow to get up, but back on her feet, looks to be okay. She got called for the personal foul. Second team foul against the Lady Jets, first on Futrell. Lady Bees just went 0 for 2 at the charity stripe. Gracie Butler hits the first here. Next one for Butler, rattles through. 1 point game again. Futrell against the man, or the full court press, I should say, finds Sydney Wilhite. Wilhite ahead into the half court, fires it inside. Hale off the glass, too strong. Rebound punched out of play. It'll stay on this end with Cumberland County. Slow start for the Lady Bees here on the road. It's exactly what the Lady Jets were looking for. Can they capitalize is the question. Baseline inbound coming for Cadence Wilson. Wilhite got free. Can't do that. 3-ball on the way. Too strong. Rebound down. Spriggs able to tightrope and keep it in. Now a long 2 on the way and good. Kaylin Hale with her first bucket. Cumberland County's offense coming to play. 3 to go in the first quarter, 10-7. Here's Crouch with a head of steam. Now gives back to Taylor Delente. Over to Gracie Butler. Butler right side south. South behind the back dribbles. Now reverses it with the left hand over to Butler. Butler with a drive again on Wilhite. Big collision play on. Good defense. Rebound fought for. Loose ball diving around. And finally we'll have the whistle for simultaneous possession. The arrow belongs to the Lady Bees as T.T. Carson back to the table. Carson checking in for Taylor Delente. 3-point lead for Cumberland County. 2:37 to go in the first quarter. Carson, got to go. At the last second, gets it into South. She'll bounce back to Crouch. Crouch reverses. Maggie Butler, open 3. Can't hit. Would have been her second. Spriggs had it knocked out of her hands by Carson, and it stays with Cumberland County. Right now, the energy battle being won by the Lady Jets on their home floor. 2.5 to go. Pass over Sydney Wilhite. Wilhite, nice feed inside Futrell. Underneath lay, won't go. Maggie Butler with a rebound. Here's Cassie Crouch. Ahead Carson. Carson sends it left side for Crouch. Crouch picked up by Futrell. Now resets back out. Gracie Butler. Back over to Crouch. Delente back to the table. Sends it over to Maggie Butler. Maggie hands to Gracie. Gracie works around one defender. Picked up by Hale. Gracie all the way inside. Chucks it up. No good. Good defense again for Cumberland County. And you see him jump off the bench. That's that energy battle I'm talking about. Another empty trip for the Lady Bees. Here's Spriggs left wing side. Spriggs fires it baseline. Now it's a tie-up as Carson got a hand on it alongside Wilson. This time the arrow belongs with the home team. Delente checking in for Gracie Butler. Baseline inbound coming here for Cumberland County. Against the 2-3, fired into the mid-range. Wilhite weaving through traffic. Euros underneath and a travel. Yeah, took the extra step there. Possession goes back the other way to the Lady Bees. With 1:36 to go in the first quarter, it's 10-7. If you sense the voice has a little bit of something behind it, it does. It's been kind of fleeting me for the past couple of days, which is always great for a commentator, but we'll work through it. South, outside, but may not have that same gusto as you're accustomed to. Carson with a drive inside, got free, missed the lay. Maggie Butler right there for the rebound, bobbled, punches it out, and a foul for a hold. It's going to be a hustle foul, but will go against Cumberland County to be their third. This one goes on Kaylin Hale. It's her second. And Coach Dishman wants an explanation. Baseline inbound coming here. Carson has it. Carson fires to Delente off a screen, left wing side. Back cut into Maggie Butler, puts it high off the glass and good. Lady Bees with the set play, get back within a point. Maggie Butler has 5 in the first quarter. 1 minute to play here in the opening frame, 10-9 Cumberland County. Dangerous pass ahead, it'll be a turnover. Delente fired another dangerous pass. Maggie Butler saves it in. Now numbers if they hurry for Upperman. Carson with a drive. Sends back, South, open 3, no good. Long rebound, tipped down. Here's Futrell. See if Cumberland County holds here. Doesn't look like they're going to. Hale with a drive inside. Throws it over Wilhite. Blocked. Maggie Butler with a block. Wilson with it. Sends out to Spriggs. Contorts for 3. Can't go. Rebound and a foul. Wilhite on the weak side got the rebound. Maggie Butler hacked her. It'll be her first, team's first, and 2 free throws for Sydney Wilhite at the stripe with 28.3 seconds to go in the first quarter. We're live on Facebook and YouTube for this game tonight. Good crowd tuning in already. We welcome you in. Good crowd here in the gym. Will Height flies away the first and hits. A great free throw shooter. Really no holes in her game. 7 points in the quarter. As Welch checks in for Cumberland County, Gracie Butler back in here for the Lady Bees. Will Height's next one no good. Rebound down. Delenti has it, now gives to Crouch. Upperman likely to hold for the final shot. 23 seconds to go in the frame. Here's Crouch. Working to reset 5-second clock and another foul. Cumberland County trying to be aggressive there in the passing lanes. They'll get Cadence Wilson for her first, team's fourth. 13 seconds to go in the opening half. Or opening quarter, I should say. I'm on college time. Inbound to Crouch. She shields off the defender. Now dumps it over to Delenti. Thought about it, now sends into South instead off the glass. Good for two. Sadie South with the lay. 4 seconds left for Sydney Wilhite. Into the half court. This would count. No good. And a back and forth. First quarter is in the books. After one here in Crossville, Upperman and Cumberland County knotted up at 11. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family, trusted care right where life happens.
Cumberland County in their first game against 3A competition this season, holding up early, 11-11 against the Lady Bees of Upperman. It was 7 points for Sydney Wilhite in the first quarter, 5 for Maggie Butler, leading the way for their respective squads. Lady Bee basketball back underway here in the second. We'll have some score updates on the SK Creation scoreboard coming up in a moment. Gracie Butler with it outside. She floats back. Wilhite picks up. That's a fun matchup to watch tonight. Those two going at it. Left side, here's Maggie Butler. Maggie gives off to Sadie South. South to Crouch. Crouch surveys the floor. Upperman to the new set play. And from the 800-plus game winner, Dana McWilliams. Crouch lost her footing. Slick spot on the floor, went to pick up, slipped out. It's a travel. Possession the other way, and a quick timeout going to be called here by the Lady Bees. First timeout burned by Dana McWilliams tonight. Each team has now used one. It's a quick cash pawn timeout on the floor, and on the SK Creation scoreboard, Pickett County leads Red Bowling Springs 15-12 after one. Livingston Academy leads DeKalb County 15-11. White County is up 16-13 on Stone Memorial at the end of one. In the words of Goose, this one's a track meet and a half. And the Lady Cavaliers of Cookeville up over Shelbyville 20-8 after the first quarter. Here we've got a good one so far. 7.5 to go in the first half. It's 11-11. It will be Cumberland County basketball out of the timeout called by Dana McWilliams. Upperman into their full court press. Cadence Wilson to inbound. Gets it into Futrell. Now back to Wilson. Wilson fires a pass intercepted by Carson for a moment. Should say tipped. We'll have another tie-up. Already the third jump of the game so far. The arrow should belong to Cumberland County, as Upperman just got the opening possession, and it will belong to Cumberland County. Again, Lady Bees in their full court. 2-2-1 trap press. Sent over left side. Now Maddie Spriggs with a head of steam into the half court. Spriggs, pass fake, finger roll. Tough shot, no. Rebound down. Wilson with another offensive board. Cumberland County winning on the boards early on in this one. Pass fired over to Wilson. Wilson into the corner. Welch back out to Wilson. She'll swing it over Futrell. Futrell. Now left side Spriggs. Futrell again swings it over Welch. Futrell, fastball, Spriggs. She can really shoot. Open, nothing but net. Maddie Spriggs splashes home her first triple of the game. And it's 14-11 now. Cumberland County with the lead. Carson has it. Lady Bees in a fight tonight, as you always expect in 7 AAA. There are no easy outs at all. Everybody can go in this district. Pass tip, Carson. A little bit out of sorts early on in this one. Finds the back-cutting Delenti, though, who puts it up and in. Taylor Delenti with a little head fake. Got away from her man and finishes for her first basket. 14-13, outlet feed ahead to Spriggs. Now a cross-court pass finds Wilson in the low block. Wilson now weaving through the mid-range, reverses back. Long open three. Sydney Wilhite, no. Maggie Butler banging in there with Wilson for the rebound. Bodies on the floor. Whistle and a tie-up. Arrow belongs to the Lady Bees. That'll be the 4th jump ball of the game already. Oh, yeah. Buckle your seatbelts. This one feels like it's going to be a real fun game tonight. 14-13, Lady Jets with the lead. 5:59 to go in the second. Delenti brings it up into the front court. Sends it over right side to Gracie Butler. Now a little pass inside and a foul. They'll get it for a hold. And that's one Lady Bees are going to watch the tape and realize Sadie South popped wide open for a 3. Sydney Wilhite tagged for the personal. That's her first, team's first here in the second quarter. 5:45 to go in the frame. Gracie Butler gives back to Delenti, triggers the 3 and hits. Taylor Delenti with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Lady Bees back in front. And now a pass out of play. It stays with Cumberland County. Kaylin Hale into the game. Cadence Wilson gets a well-earned breather. She's been getting after it on the boards. Here's Hale. Has it swiped. Gracie Butler with the steal. Now Butler drives. Euro. Shot up. No. Rebound punched. South has it. Second chance for the Lady Bees. Now a dangerous pass into the backcourt. Carson will touch. It'll be a backcourt violation. And possession back to the Lady Jets as they trade turnovers. 5:22 to play in the first half. 16-14 our score. Baseline inbound coming here. Aislinn Welch. Welch fires in, intercepted. Gracie Butler then threw it off the defender. Bodies on the floor again, this time saved out to Spriggs. These teams are laying it out there now. Spriggs picks up her dribble. Looking for an outlet, finds one in the form of Sydney Wilhite. Upperman back in the man-to-man. Wilhite with a drive and a foul. They'll get the hand check push on TT Carson. Her first, team's first here in the second quarter. Sideline inbound here for the Lady Jets of Cumberland County on their home floor. Pass left side for Welch. Welch bounces back to Spriggs at the center court logo. Spriggs surveys Upperman's in there 2-3. She's just going to trigger the 3, and she hits. That's a big-time shot by Maddie Spriggs, her second 3 of the quarter. And the Lady Jets back in front by a point. Now Delenti, full court feed to South, who puts it up too strong. Another Miss Bunny inside for the Lady Bees. Now Spriggs twisting, intercepted by Carson, tiptoes to stay in, and now will drive, reverses over Maggie Butler. Butler over to Gracie. Now South lines up the deep 3. That one's no good. Rebound punched by Delenti. What a board. Now into Maggie. She's fouled. Big call. It's the second on Sydney Wilhite. Certainly a foul. And Maggie Butler, I should say, going to the line to shoot 2. How about Maddie Spriggs on the other side, though, off the dribble, raining in the deep 3 as Butler hits the first to tie us up at 17. Maggie Butler's at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line where she calmly sends 2 through the twine. This is going to be fun. Figure out where your popcorn's at this evening. Pass ahead, dangerous. What a tip by Wilhite to herself. Drives, finger roll, no, but a foul. Oh my goodness. How did Sydney Wilhite get a fingertip on that one as Maggie Butler picks up her second personal? That's a big call. And Wilhite to the line to shoot 2 to try and regain a lead. She's 1 for 2 at the stripe tonight. And the first one's nothing but net. First point of the quarter for Wilhite after 7 in the first. TT Carson checks in. Maggie Butler with those 2 fouls will check out. 2 for 2 for Will Height. Lady Jets back in front by a point. Crouch, as we near the midway point of the second quarter, brings it into the front court. Changing the defense again is Cumberland County. They love to do that. Pass over left side, Gracie Butler. Now a miscommunication. She went to throw to Delenti, who flashed open. Then Delenti cut, and it's going to be a quick cash pawn. Timeout on the floor by Dana McWilliams as Upperman continues to be out of sorts here on the road. And it's the Cumberland County Lady Jets with a 19-18 lead. Full timeout will step aside. Back on the other side with more action in Crossville.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors. Family owned and operated for over 5 decades. The South Willow Auto Clinic service all makes and models. Stop in at 640 South Willow Avenue for all your auto repair needs today. Cumberland County with the lead here, middle of the second quarter. 3:55 to go in the frame. They lead Upperman 19-18. Lady Bees turnovers mounting here in the first half. 9 points leading all scorers for Sydney Wilhite. Maddie Spriggs, though, with a couple of big threes in this quarter. And it's Cumberland County basketball out of that quick cash pawn timeout called by Dana McWilliams, the second that she has called in this game. So 3 left for Upperman, 4 left for Cumberland County. Spriggs inbounds here to Olivia Futrell. Upperman in their zone. Both defenses have been pretty good. These offenses can really score it. But there have been a few nice buckets as well. But a well-played game as this one's tipped into the air. South with another punch. Out of play. It'll stay with Cumberland County. And now Ronica Dishman with the timeout. 30-second quick cash pawn timeout as the chess match is on between these two experienced head coaches. Thompson Machinery and the Cat Rental Store are your one-stop shop for all your dirt machinery and aerial equipment needs. Located at their new facility at 4314 Academy Road in Cookville. They're a Caterpillar dealer who rents, sells, service, and provide parts. For rental needs, call Lane at 931-267-6380. And to buy, call Lucas at 931-979-5050. Huge crowd over on YouTube. We welcome you in tonight. My guy Randy is watching the great Bill Worrell. Watching for PCB. Welcome you in, Coach. Score update on the SK Creation scoreboard. Livingston with a 31-19 lead over DeKalb County at halftime. Back to action here. Cumberland County basketball. See what adjustments they made as the handoff goes back. Now Hale swings it over left side to Welch. Welch bounces it inside, now back out. Welch starts to drive, now reverses back. Wilhite doesn't need much space. Sydney Wilhite is in her bag. Another 3 for Wilhite, and it's the largest lead of the game for either team. A 4-point advantage for the Lady Jets. 3:08 to go in the second quarter. Third 3 in the first half for Wilhite. Butler over to Delenti. Delenti off his screen, sends left side Crouch. Crouch sends it left side Carson. Sydney Wilhite, the kind of player that can beat you by herself. Right now, she's doing her best to do so. Carson with a drive inside. Defended there by Futrell. Shot up, blocked, out of play. It'll stay with the Lady Bees. Good defense by Olivia Futrell against the quick TT Carson. Baseline inbound here. Carson, or pardon me, Delenti going to inbound. Fires over for Crouch. Crouch surveys the floor. Now finds Delenti. Underhand flip back to Crouch. Left side, Gracie Butler. Gracie to Carson. Delenti wants it on the wing. Carson didn't see it. Back out. Now Gracie Butler drives and reverses. Delenti looking for the answer. No. Long rebound down. Spriggs has it in the corner. Reverses back Futrell. Futrell driving ahead. Over to Wilhite. Looking for a big bucket. Wilhite drives. Big collision and a charge. And that is a huge call. The third on Sydney Wilhite. Gracie Butler takes the charge, and we're going the other way. Butler certainly got to the spot. I thought Wilhite did a good job to avoid contact. Bang, bang call. It goes against the home team. Wilhite going to stay out there with those 3 fouls. Crouch sends a pass tip. Carson gathers. Tries to get it back. Intercepted by Wilhite and a foul. Carson just wrapped her up. That'll be the second on Carson. And Bella Phi going to go to the table. Young guard struggling a little bit here on the road for the Lady Bees, turning the basketball over. This district, you have an off night, you lose. And Cumberland County trying to show Upperman having an off night and that they are on. It's Sydney Wilhite's show right now. Still a lot of basketball to be played, a 4-point game. Wilhite, hands off. In a game this tight, though, 4-point lead feels more like 8 or 9. Hale sends it over right side. Now a drive. Little runner thrown up and good. That is not an easy shot, made to look easy by Olivia Futrell. Now outlet ahead, Phi wide open, lays it in. Bella Phi got behind the defense, nice feet into her, and she lays it in. Back to a 4-point gap, 1:20 to go. Wilhite. Left-hand dribble, step back 3, can't hit, would have been a big one. Instead, Delenti wrestles the rebound away. Here's Crouch, 4-point game, 1:09 to go. Again, Phi on the outlet. Phi over to Gracie Butler. Doesn't take many of these. Popped out, no. Wilhite with a rebound. Wilhite now bouncing off defenders ahead. Reverses over to Spriggs. Pass fake. 3. Maddie Spriggs can't connect. Rebound down, Wilhite. Second chance. Twisting 2. Good. Long 2 for Sydney Wilhite. Makes it 27-20. They've got 26-20 in the gym. They may be right, I may be wrong. I'm going to go 26-20 for now to match that because I'm probably off doing it alone tonight. Crouch, hands off to Lenti. But if they change later, I'll remind you of that moment where I was off. Great run here by Cumberland County late in the half. Crouch sends over to Lenti. Back to Crouch, 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Crouch goes, one-on-one. Drives inside, Euro, finger roll, good. Cassie Crouch with a good take inside for the Lady Bees, and that will bring us to the end of the first half. Cumberland County, district opener, looking good through one half of basketball, but the Lady Bees are within 4 as we head to the halftime locker room. We'll be back with the Happy Hiller halftime show. This is high school basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Legacy House is right here in the heart of Smithville. It's more than a boutique, it's a family story woven into every thread. I'm Amy Allen, and I started this place with my 3 beautiful daughters. We offer timeless pieces that feel both classic and bold. From rich textured clothing to one-of-a-kind accessories. This shop has a perfect mix of heritage with a modern edge. So come on down, you'll find more than just fashion. You'll find a place where legacy and style meet.
Located at 104 West Walnut Street in Smithville, stop by and see their selection Tuesday through Saturday. Legacy House is proud to be an all-inclusive sponsor of UCR.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home with a great location just off Highway 111 on the south side of Cookeville. This home has just over 2,000 square feet, a 2-car garage, and beautiful hardwood flooring throughout. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, or electrical problems today. It's happyhiller.com. Cumberland County leads Upperman 26-22 at the break here in Crossville. First half of our doubleheader top 10 matchup coming up next. 10th ranked Cumberland County against the number 1 ranked Upperman Bees. We're joined by assistant Upperman coach Austin McWilliams. Coach, thanks for taking the time, first of all. Secondly, district play begins. You guys roll past White County. Now you're here on the road. What's the mentality now as you're out of these kind of play day style and the tournaments and all the different various things that come with that, now into familiar territory in district play?
Yeah, obviously just trying to raise your focus a little bit. And, every night you play in our league, it's going to be a well-coached team and a team that obviously, having, multiple top 10 teams in your own district. It really challenges our guys to focus a little bit with some different personnel matchups and those types of things. And obviously you're pretty familiar with them. Got a lot, for example, for Cumberland County, they got a lot of guys back. So it's obviously it's a familiar opponent, which is always nice too. But it is a challenge always to when you have these district games.
It seems like you guys have found kind of the rotations that are working, or at least that you're leaning into for the most part. Do you feel that kind of comfort now that you're finding your rhythm and kind of what works for the set of 5 guys that you have on the floor at any time?
Yeah, for sure. I think we're close for sure. Over Christmas break and getting to play in those tournaments and getting to see some different ways that teams were going to try to approach and play us was very good for us to see how we were going to play. On the surface level, coming back with a lot of guys, we thought maybe we would be a similar team we were last year, in ways we are, in ways we're not. So we had to kind of make that adjustment as coaches, and obviously when you rely on kind of like we do with some guys coming out of football season, you don't get them until a little bit later, so that process takes a little bit longer.
This is a Cumberland County team that Christian Goodwin, his second year as head coach, they play a different style than pretty much everybody else in this district does. What do you see about that style? What are some of the challenges with that up-and-down game that they like to play?
Yeah, I mean, they're looking through their stats, they're shooting right at 28, 29 threes a game, which is very different from the kind of the style we play. And obviously they shoot it from kind of all spots. And being able to get out and, obviously guard that, but also being able to control the paint in that area while they do that, it presents a lot of challenges. It's a little bit different look than some of the teams we've even played. I'm not sure we've played somebody that probably plays as fast and as aggressive from the perimeter as this group does. So obviously they do a really good job, and for us being able to get up and down the floor with them is going to be a big key. But also, when they do have those runs of they're going to make shots and they shoot good, can you limit them and correct them and back to your favor?
Why do you let Ty Cobb be such a ball hog? That's a joke for the losers who complain on social media. But in reality, he's got double-digit assists, I think, in 2 straight games. His play kind of contorting to the need of the game. There's a couple games in Bristol you needed nearly 50 out of him. Other games where maybe a 20 and 10 double-double is the play of the game. How valuable is that for him to not just be a kind of have to be a ball-dominant superstar to do what he does?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Ty's a really good player, and the way he approaches the game, and he really doesn't care kind of what his scenario looks like. You can ask him. He's one of the kids that he wants to win as most as anybody. He is really, really proud of that and takes a lot of pride in his team winning. And I'd say they've played together for so long. Ty has more trust in those guys than anybody on the planet. So he trusts his teammates to do whatever. He if it doesn't require him to score ever, he would be completely fine with it. And that just kind of speaks to him as a player, obviously, and also our team and our group. And that ultimately allows you to do some pretty special things.
The Bees get the Jets coming up next after the girls' game. That's Austin McWilliams. Coach, appreciate you taking the time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turf Masters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at tupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. T-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Again, our thanks to Austin McWilliams for joining us during the Happy Hiller halftime show. First half stats as Cumberland County leads Upperman 26-22. Sydney Wilhite, 14 points, leading the way. She had a great first half, hit 3 threes, went 3 for 4 at the free throw line, added a 2 in there as well. Sydney Wilhite doing Sydney Wilhite things. Maddie Spriggs with 6, 4 for Olivia Futrell, and 2 for Kaylin Hale. On the other side for Upperman, 7 points for Maggie Butler, 5 for Taylor Delenti, 4 for Gracie Butler, and 2 apiece for Cassie Crouch, Sadie South, and Bella Fye. Anybody's ball game, but the home team with an early 4-point lead at halftime here as Cumberland County looks to get to 1-0 in district play. The Lady Bees trying to get to 2-0 on the SK Creations scoreboard. 33-26. White County leads Stone Memorial. Ashley Wittenberg with a buzzer beater from beyond half court to cut it to 7 for Stone Memorial. A good second quarter for White County there on their home floor. Cookeville with a commanding 44-16 lead over Shelbyville. Pickett County leads Red Bowling Springs 32-19, a game a little bit closer than many anticipated. Back underway, Cumberland County working left to right on your screen as they'll send over left side Maddie Spriggs. Whoever gets the first run going to have the best chance to win this game. That's a no-dust statement, but it's very true in a 4-point game. Early minutes critical. Olivia Futrell outside sends it to Wilhite. She'll be closely guarded this time by Gracie Butler. Wilhite tries to drive, now spins and travel. Got the extra step and possession back to the Lady Bees with 7:36 to play in the third quarter. To be 100% honest, I am flat out losing my voice. So whatever happens, happens, but we're going to be here for it. TT Carson brings it up, sends it left side. If you like voice cracks, I'm about to have some for you. Right side south, into Butler, puts it up and good. Quick strike for the Lady Bees. Gracie Butler inside for 2. She's got 6 points, and it's a 2-point game. Wilhite sends it over to Futrell. Nobody there to stop Futrell. She sends it over right side, Cadence Wilson. Wilson reverses back. Cumberland County playing without Dominica Beal. Got hurt in the summer. Was going to be a starter likely for this team as Spriggs triggers the 3. No Carson with a rebound, and TT Carson just splits the defense. Here she comes. Carson weaving through traffic, still with it. Sends over to Maggie Butler. Now Gracie. From the top of the circle, Gracie sends back to Carson. 26-24 our score. Gracie Butler has it. Dana McWilliams just got told to back up. She did not appreciate it, saying the other side's not been told that. She is animated right now as an errant pass, and now she is frustrated, slams the basketball down. Turnover. Story of the game right now for the Lady Bees offensively. Cumberland County gets it back. She did not take kindly to that. Ahead, crossover for Hale. She'll reverse out to Wilson. Back to Wilhite. Wilhite gets a screen. Butler just fights right through it. Wilson took the contact, popped right back to her feet. Now sends it over the right side. Swing grab by Futrell. 6:10 to go in the third quarter, 26-24. Futrell fires it over left side. This is Spriggs. Spriggs now reverses back out. Hale works it over to Futrell. Futrell fires into Wilson, contorts to gather. Now back Spriggs. Long possession for Cumberland County. Spriggs, step back three, no good, too strong. Maggie Butler had it knocked out of her hands, and they'll say she touched it last. Possession to Cumberland County. Tried to get out going too quickly, and another relatively unforced turnover by the Lady Bees. Maybe avoidable is a better word. Wilhite works off a screen, accelerates, Euros wrapped up in a foul. They'll get Gracie Butler, I believe, here on the personal. They will. 2 free throws upcoming for Sydney Wilhite, who's 3 for 4 so far. With 5:35 to go in the third quarter, Cumberland County looking for their first points of the frame. Seems all but assured they'll get it, and they do. Now 15 for Wilhite. Two for two, back to a 4-point Lady Jets lead. Nobody's led by more than 6. That was Cumberland County briefly in the second quarter. Upperman's largest lead is 2. Right side, Carson fires in. Dangerous pass and another turnover. 3 straight turnovers by the Upperman Lady Bees. Way out of sorts offensively against this Lady Jets defense. Hale chucks up the runner, no rebound, down, fought for. Out of bounds was Gracie Butler, and they'll get it back. Don't forget, by the way, Sydney Wilhite playing with 3 fouls, so those collisions going to be very something to watch as Crouch will check in for Carson. Lady Bees have got to stop turning the basketball over, looking at their sideline. That's what they're talking about. Inbound, Hale reverses back out. Spriggs able to run it down, keeping it in the front court. Spriggs works off a screen right side. 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. 28-24, Lady Jets lead. Spriggs fakes the handoff, still with it. South bodies her the whole way. Now a turn, drive inside. Shot chucked up for Futrell, no. Delenti with the rebound. Gives over to Crouch. Eyes up the whole way for Cassie Crouch. Now sends it over to Gracie Butler. Gracie Butler drives and kicks. Maggie, 4-3. Good. Maggie Butler with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. First possession in a long time. Upperman hasn't turned it over, and it ends with a triple. Now a pass in Wilson. She'll reverse back. Wilhite, long 3. Good. Sydney Wilhite, her 4th triple of the game. She's got 18 points, and it's back to a 4-point Lady Jets lead. First time she's got free in the half, and she made no mistake. 4:10 to go in the third. Here's South, gives to Delenti. Back to South, now fires in Butler. Wow, Maggie Butler with the 2. They hit that play on Sparta about 4 times that led to open threes. This time, Maggie rolls off of it. And they're going to give a bench warning to Dana McWilliams. And it's the same official she's been getting into, and she's pointing over to Radhika Dishman saying she's stepping out of her area as well. It does seem a little bit ticky-tack. Let's go. This is a big district game. Let's just play. 3:54 to go. I mean, let's call the important stuff and let's play basketball. That's what everybody wants to see. Upperman deploying the trap, stepping through over to Wilson. Wilson retreats back against the 2-3. Over to Wilhite from the volleyball line. 3:40 to go in the third quarter. 2-point game here in Crossville. Off a screen, Wilhite, step back 3. My goodness, doesn't go off the back of the circle. Rebound down, Welch has it. Bobbles, now gathers. Reverses over to Wilson. Second chance again. Cumberland County continues to get after it on the boards. Spriggs, open 3. Wide left, no. Rebound down. Fought for. And a jump. Arrow belongs to Upperman with 3:20 to go in the third quarter. Here's Crouch. It is getting intense. 7-3A basketball. Let's go. Crouch ahead. Sends it to Maggie. Hit a big three earlier. Hands off to her twin Gracie. On the drive. Into Will Height and a foul, and this is huge. It is the fourth on Sydney Will Height. Gracie Butler attacked and accomplished the mission. And it is 2 free throws for Gracie Butler. Never mind, they've got her at 3. I had her at 4, and that's my apologies, and it explains why she was out there so long. So the third on Will Height, and a big miss at the line for Gracie Butler, who's now 2 for 3 in this game. She hits the next, and it's a 1-point game again here in Crossville. Will Height has it, Upperman pressing, ahead to Wilson. Ball handlers everywhere for both teams, really, as Wilson spins it over right side. Neither one's the biggest team in the world. Will Height thought about it from a mile away. She's got the range. South steps to her. Will Height on the drive, now reverses back, gives over to Wilson. Now out Futrell. Swings it over to Spriggs. Now in Wilson, looking back door. Welch puts it up, missed it. Short-armed it. Now swiped it away, though, from behind. Over to Will Height. Open three. Good. Humongous sequence. A missed layup ends in a wide-open 3. Back to a 4-point game. Now Gracie Butler again drives. This time reverses Delenti for 3 and hits. Taylor Delenti with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. These two teams are going to war tonight. Will Height, dangerous feed, out of bounds. Possession back to Upperman. Radhika Dishman hands up, says, be smart, slow down, it's okay. 2:03 to go in the third, 1-point game. I know the top 3 teams in the state are out of this district, but Cumberland County is a top 10 team in this state as well, and they're showing it here tonight. Crouch waits as they set up the half-court play. Right side, Gracie Butler. Out to South. Now left side, Crouch. A lot of contact between Will Height and Butler. Delenti, 3, cash. Lady Bees lead. Taylor Delenti getting it rolling. Another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. It's her third of the game. Another dangerous pass intercepted by Delenti. Top of the key, Delenti to Maggie. Back to Gracie. Upperman making a run now. She clears out. Gracie drives. Shot. No. Rebound down. Will Height. Here comes CC again. Will Height weaving through traffic. Euro. Finger roll. Good. Sydney Will Height. That's disgusting. She's got 10 in the quarter, 24 in the game, and we're tied up at 36. She is putting on the Superwoman cape tonight. Crouch to Delenti. Butler. Spins a couple of times. Now she'll drive on Will Height again. Shot up, blocked. Straight up and down went Will Height. We play on. 47.6 seconds to go in the third quarter. 36-36. Delenti to inbound. Needs an outlet. Finds one in Gracie Butler, and she's fouled. Cadence Wilson picks up her second. It is just the team's second. They're letting them go right now. And it's led to a really fun quarter of basketball. Kaylin Hale checking in. Sydney Will Height, this little foul defense, checking out with those 3 personals. And she is gassed. Inbound back door to Butler. Swiped away. She gathers. Now puts the shot up and a foul. 2 free throws for Gracie Butler at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. They'll get Kaylin Hale for her third. Score update on the SK Creation scoreboard. Sparta leads Stone Memorial in the middle of the third quarter, 41-31. Livingston leads DeKalb County 45-34 after 3. Gracie Butler here connects the free throw. It's 37-36. Now 8 points for Gracie Butler. Make it 9. 2 for 2. Upperman still has not led by more than 2 points tonight. 42 seconds left in the quarter. Wilson ahead. Sydney Will Height is not on the floor right now. That means Maddie Spriggs, the biggest offensive threat. She has it left wing side. Now a dangerous reversal. She threw it right to her head coach. Turnover goes back to Upperman with 28.7 seconds to go in the third. Upperman, no doubt, would like to hold for the final shot here. Crouch ahead. Into the front court. Gives to Delenti. Spins and checks towards her head coach, who says wait. 13 seconds, now back to Crouch. Over to Gracie. Now Delenti. Delenti, back cut. Butler, shot, good. Gracie Butler on the 2. And Upperman has its largest lead of the game as we head to the fourth quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn ready. After 3, it's Upperman 40, Cumberland County 36. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
What a game we've had so far. 1 quarter to go here in Crossville in the first game of our doubleheader. And Upperman leads by 4. It's 40-36. Sydney Wilhite with 24 points leading the way. But the Lady Bees have a lead. Wilhite with the basketball here. She drives inside. Finger roll, no. Rebound punched out of play. It stays again with Cumberland County. Lady Bees into that frame on a run. They trailed by 3 and now lead by 4. Neither team is led by more than 6 in this game. Upperman has been ice water in fourth quarters this entire winning streak. The question is, will that continue, or will Sydney Wilhite just will her team to a huge win here at home? Only 8 district games, every one matters a ton in this uber competitive 7-3A. Wilhite sends over left side to Welch. Welch fires into Wilson. Wilson spins it back Welch. Now left side Spriggs. 50 seconds into the quarter. Back out. Now left side Wilhite. Walks to Crouch. Activates into the side and a foul. On the floor. I think they're going to get Crouch for the hold here. We'll see. 3 different Lady Bees in the area. It will go on Cassie Crouch. That is her first, team's first. And expect Wilhite to start to really try to get inside. She'll rein in some threes, certainly, but try to get into the interior. Inbound to Wilhite. Quick trigger. 3. No. Rebound down this time. Delenti wins it for the Lady Bees. Double team arrives. She sends it over to Crouch. Crouch rapidly accelerates, then slams the brakes. Into the front court. 6:48 to go in the ball game. 4-point Lady Bee lead. Back to South. Now Crouch. Gracie Butler, left wing side. Delenti, free. Good closeout switch by Welch. She was guarding Maggie Butler and then switched off to close out on the shooter, Delenti, who got hot in that third quarter. Hit a couple of threes. Here's Maggie with it. Maggie to Gracie. Gracie hit a buzzer beater. Kicks Delenti. Open 3. Good. Taylor Delenti with another. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. It is her 4th of the game. The MVP of the Ladies Classic in Greenville gives Upperman a 7-point advantage. Wilhite runner, no. Maggie Butler with a rebound and a foul. This is a huge call. If it's on Wilhite, it's her 4th, and it is the 4th on Sydney Wilhite. I thought she had 4 earlier. I was wrong. That one is her 4th. And she's arguing she wants to stay on the floor, but Coach Dishman knows they need her later, but CC going to have to be careful. Upperman's on a run. They did this against Sparta where they trailed by 7 middle of the 4th. They went on a long run and won that game 47-41. here. Crouch with a drive, loses handle. Was not tipped, and it goes the other way to Cumberland County. 5:52 to go in the ball game. Don't forget, we got the boys game to follow. That should be a great one as well. Top 10 matchup. The Jets, second-year head coach Christian Goodwin. They're ranked number 10 in the state, and a timeout going to be called by Ronica Dishman to get Sydney Wilhite on the floor. It's a full timeout, so we'll step aside. Back in 30 seconds on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
The South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors, family owned and operated for over 5 decades. The South Willow Auto Clinic service all makes and models. Stop in at 640 South Willow Avenue for all your auto repair needs today. Score updates, Livingston Academy on the SK Creation scoreboard closing in on a victory over DeKalb County. They lead by 17 with 2 minutes to go. Pickett County also leads by 18 at Red Bowling Springs tonight with 2.5 minutes to go. Cookeville is obliterating Shelbyville 61-26. And at the end of 3 in Sparta, White County leads Stone Memorial 48-37. Upperman in their press. Wilhite back out there with 4 fouls. A little defense offense. Cadence Wilson fires a dangerous pass again. Turnovers mounting for Cumberland County during this Upperman run, which have seen a 3-point deficit turn into a 7-point lead. Wilhite steps back. 3 blocked. Gracie Butler with the swat. Ahead to Taylor Delenti. Delenti picks up her dribble. Reverses floor over to Gracie Butler. Butler against Wilhite. She has to be very careful. She has 24 of the 36 points. Crouch with it outside here. Gives to Maggie. Back to Gracie. The Amtrak drives, contorts, can't finish but a foul. Awkward fall on the other end between Wilson and Butler. Both appear to be okay. Gracie Butler trying to walk it off. This one will go on Cadence Wilson. It'll be her 3rd, making her 4th. So that was the one I missed earlier. It was 24, not 23. So both Wilson and Wilhite have 4. And Gracie Butler back at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Been a little up and down tonight, but she hits the first. And Upperman, all of a sudden, starting to flex a little bit. They're out in front by 8, and the danger light on for the Lady Jets of Cumberland County. 2 for 2 for Gracie Butler, who now has 13 points. Cumberland County needs a bucket, and they need it now. Futrell fires a pass over to Cadence Wilson. When you need a bucket, may I recommend number 23. She has it now. Here's Wilhite being shadowed. Steps back, sends it over left side. Hale. Spriggs went through her hand, but right there was Futrell. Futrell back out Spriggs. Spriggs drives inside and a foul. Would have been a travel, but a foul first. It'll be on the floor. They'll get this one on 11. That's Sadie South, her first, team 2nd. Baseline inbound in the half court here for Cumberland County. Now down 9 with 4:31 to go in the ball game. Inbound baseline, jumper, Hale, no, rebound, knocked out of play. Last touch by Wilson, so it goes to the Lady Bees. I'll tell you, this Upperman team, they have a different gear this year, and they've hit it in 4th quarters. Think about the Bearden game, the Daniel Boone game, certainly the White County game, and now Crouch is fouled. Who's this one on? 25. So that'll be on Olivia Futrell, her 2nd, team's 3rd. Crouch took an awkward fall. Looks like she's okay. Dangerous spot to inbound from, and now they'll give her a better one as Delenti will go back to the baseline. Cumberland County going to sell out to force some turnovers. Delenti sends it ahead. Maggie Butler over to South. Now Crouch back to South. Gracie. I'm going to be honest, the band is chanting airball at Gracie Butler. I don't remember her airballing a shot. I may be wrong. And now Delente wide open inside for the lay. The Lady Bees are on a ginormous run here on the road. Taylor Delente now 5 in the quarter. Here's Wilson, gives back to Wilhite. CC led by 3. They're now down 11. Wilhite with a drive, the finish, and 1. Sydney Wilhite, what a take to finally end the run. They'll get Maggie Butler for her 3rd, and Wilhite to the line to go for 3. Game is not over yet as long as Sydney Wilhite's on the floor. An SK Creations timeout on the floor, a full timeout for the Lady Jets. So we will step aside with 3:45 to go in regulation.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer with a huge selection of outdoor power equipment including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Thompson Machinery and the Cat Rental Store, your one-stop shop for your dirt machinery and aerial equipment needs. Located at their new facility at 4314 Academy Road in Cookeville. They're a Caterpillar dealer who rent, sell, service, and provide parts. For rental needs, call Lane at 931-267-6380. And to buy, call Lucas at 931-979-5050. Sydney Wilhite to the line to try to complete a 3-point play. 3:45 to go in regulation. Upperman had a ginormous run, trailed by 3, then led by 11. Down to 9, could be 8 if Wilhite converts at the line. She has 26 points tonight. Over 75% of the points. Free throw is no good, however. Maggie Butler with a rebound. She's also playing with 4 personals, as is Cadence Wilson. Crouch ahead, Maggie Butler. Over to Gracie. Gracie to South. Lines up the 3. Can't hit. Quick shot. That's a break for the Lady Jets. Ahead to Wilhite. 2-on-1. She'll pop up for 3. Can't hit. Rebound Spriggs. Second chance for the Lady Jets. Down 9 on their home floor. 3:20 to go. 159-9, their last 2 matchups. An errant pass. Wilson saves it in. Nice touch to Futrell. Now in Wilhite. Drives inside. Tied up and fouled. Gracie Butler and 2 more free throws for Sydney Wilhite. Gracie Butler picks up her 2nd. Sydney Wilhite at the line. That's the 4th on the Lady Bees. So Cumberland County, they want to come back here. Certainly still time. It'll run out in a hurry as Wilhite hits the first, but being in the bonus would help a lot. First one good for Wilhite. And my score is wrong. I told you it would happen tonight. I apologize. Wearing a lot of hats. It's 39-47. Now a 7-point game as Wilhite calmly goes 2 for 2. I'm running out of room on my stat sheet for Sydney Wilhite points. Gracie Butler has it ahead. Gracie to South. Back to Crouch. And now they'll slow it down. Went very quick the last possession. Ended with nothing. And then 2 free throws on the other end. Gracie Butler works away from a trap. Through traffic, over to Delente, back to Crouch. No shot clock, they're not putting it in tonight. Delente, trap arrives, she spins away once, now picks up her dribble, could be in trouble. Timeout, Dana McWilliams is calling for it, and they see it. It'll be a quick cash pawn timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout, so we'll stick here through it. On the SK Creations scoreboard, Livingston knocks off DeKalb County tonight, 59-40. How about the White County Warriorettes with a bounce back? Early 4th quarter, they lead Stone Memorial 55-37. Bella Winningham, after struggling against Upperman, she's roared back to life. The senior shooter reining him home there. Let us know in the comments who you are watching from, who you're cheering for. Live on Facebook and YouTube tonight. Facebook crowd looking good. YouTube crowd looking great. Elsewhere, Tennessee trails Texas A&M, unfortunately, 39-32. Early second half in Knoxville. Out of the timeout, Maggie Butler with it. She's trapped again, 1 dribble, swiped away, diving on the floor. Everybody, there's a tie-up. The arrow belongs to the Lady Bees of Baxter. Delenti inbounds to Crouch. Crouch to Delenti. Upperman bleeding the clock with a 7-point lead. Delenti working it over right side, Gracie Butler. Trap arrives, Butler works around it. Butler to Maggie, back to South. Right side Delenti. Delenti against Wilson. Gonna reset. Long possession. That's what Upperman's looking for here. They love to finish it with a bucket. Put this one potentially away. Here comes the trap again. Crouch ahead to Delenti. Back to Crouch. Errant pass, and there's the turnover Cumberland County was looking for. It'll be a backcourt violation. Lady Jets basketball needing a bucket here. 1:58 to go, down by 7. Inbound here, Futrell. No doubt this is going to Sydney Wilhite. Can also go to Maddie Spriggs, certainly. Wilhite flashes left wing. Drives in. Another tie up and a jump. Wilhite's been getting inside and getting to the foul line that time. They say all ball. Arrow belongs with Cumberland County. 1:46 to go in the ball game, 47-40. Next up for Cumberland County, big one at White County. Baseline inbound into the corner, tipped by Butler, grabbed by Futrell. She sends back Wilhite, quick trigger three, can't hit. Rebound down, Maggie Butler has it. Gives to Gracie. Gracie now, weaving through traffic. Gracie Butler, coast to coast. And she finishes. Count it. No. They'll call a foul on the floor. Not an and one. Welch picks up the personal, and that is a break for Cumberland County because it takes a potential and one off the board. 1:35 to go. And a quick cash pawn timeout on the floor taken by the Lady Jets, Erotica Dishman. We'll step aside back in 30 seconds after a word from our friends at Mayberry's Furniture.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network.
Cumberland County led by 3 late in the third quarter. The Lady Bees answered with a ferocious run to take an 11-point advantage. That lead is now 7. It'll be Upperman basketball beneath their hoop. Both teams with 4 team fouls against. Sydney Wilhite and Cadence Wilson with 4 fouls apiece for the Lady Jets. Upperman looking for victory number 11 in a row. They were 5-3. It was their worst 8-game start in nearly a decade, and they have answered by becoming the consensus #1 ranked team in the state. Quick inbound, Gracie Butler counted in the foul. Didn't get the and one last time. She does there. The foul is on Olivia Futrell. That is her third, and Gracie Butler returns to the line to try and stretch it to a 10-point lead. No, but Cassie Crouch has the rebound. Crouch, double team, steps through, intercepted. Wilhite picks it off. Quickly ahead here, Spriggs. Shot fake, lines up the 3, blocked. South with the block, Butler with the rebound. Reverses over to Maggie. Lady Bees closing in on a big win tonight. Delenti has it. Gracie Butler has it. The trap arrives, gives to South, and a foul. It'll go on Maddie Spriggs. It'll be her first, and this will be free throws for Sadie South at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Finals on the SK Creations scoreboard. Pickett County defeats Red Bowling Springs 68-50. Cookeville rolls Shelbyville. Thank you for coming. 73-27. South misses the free throw. Upperman's missed a lot of free throws tonight. Looks like they're going to get away with it with 1:08 to play. Another miss. Delenti, though, with another offensive rebound. Early on, Cumberland County was dominating the boards. Upperman has done so in the fourth quarter. Butler is fouled. 2 free throws for Gracie Butler. They'll get this one on Welch. That is her second. And now Gracie Butler will return to the line, which has been a struggle tonight. And misses another one. That is 4 straight misses at the line for the Lady Bees, who still lead by 9. They've been really good at the line the past couple of weeks. Not so this evening. Butler makes the next. The Johnson University signee pushes it back to a 10-point game. Now here's Will Height. Gonna have to just put it up. Picks up her dribble. Crouch right there defensively. Sends it over to Welch. Welch to Wilson. Back to Spriggs. Spriggs tries to find room. 45 seconds. Spriggs pulls up for 3. Nowhere close. Rebound down. Crouch has it. Gives off to Gracie Butler. And another foul. And we'll see if Cumberland County is going to be done fouling at this point with 37.1 to go. The outcome no longer in doubt. Gracie Butler will go back to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. What a district this is going to be. It already has been another great game tonight. Don't forget, we got the boys' game to follow. We'll also have the post-game show, the Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store post-game show. Go through the scoring, have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game as Butler hits the first. 37.1 seconds to go. Next one, no good. Delenti has another offensive rebound, and she's fouled. Going to get Welch, I believe, here would be her third. No, it will go on 15. No, it's Welch. 25, okay, Futrell picks up her fourth. I mentioned we're far away as Delenti hits the first free throw. Taylor Delenti really sparked the run with her 3-point shots in the third quarter. And she goes 2 for 2 again. 36 seconds. It's a 13-point Lady B advantage. Will Height slices the traffic, pulls up from the free throw line, can't hit, rebound down. Another one for Gracie Butler, wrestling away and another foul. Gracie Butler back to shoot 2 more. And now it's ballooning beyond how tight this game actually was. It was a dogfight throughout. Delenti to the Sonia, or pardon me, Butler to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. And she hits another. Now the free throw shooting returning for the Lady Bees. Two for 2 for Gracie Butler. Spriggs has it, 27 seconds. Sends it over to Will Height. Bobbled, tries to gather and does. Will Height goes in the mid-range, throws the runner up, no. Rebound down, tip, Delenti has it. And a timeout called because a Lady Jet hit the hardwood hard. And so official timeout as the training staff will go out and tend to her. I believe that's Cadence Wilson. Took a very hard fall. There are 13.2 seconds to go. They could end this if they wanted to. A 15-point game. We'll see. Would not be the worst thing to run. Looks like Wilson, they're working on her leg. And we won't go any further than that. So while the training staff tends to her, and her head coach gives her a word of encouragement, we'll step aside and come right back.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting.
Cadence Wilson was assisted off the floor. 13 seconds. Feet ahead. Gracie Butler waving through traffic. And another foul. And Veronica Dishman says no foul. And yeah, you don't want it to balloon any further, but it could, as Gracie Butler will return to the Sonia Brown American Way Real Estate free throw line. Let me do some quick math here, because all that chirping behind me, 2, 4, 6, 8. It is 19 for Gracie Butler tonight. And make it a clean 20. 8 seconds to go. It's going to be the 11th consecutive victory for the Lady Bees. She goes 2 for 2. Spriggs to bring it up, 6 seconds. Pulls up from the volleyball line, can't hit, rebound down, and Maggie Butler comes away, and that will do it. Buzzer sounds, final score tonight, Upperman 57, Cumberland County 40, and the Lady Bees knock off Cumberland County for the 12th consecutive time. We welcome you in to the Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store post-game show as we tally up the scoring. Cumberland County in that fourth quarter, just 4 points in the frame. They came from Sydney Wilhite, who led the game with 28 points. Elsewhere for the Lady Jets tonight, 6 for Maddie Spriggs, 4 for Olivia Futrell, and 2 for Kaylin Hale for a team total of 40. For the Lady Bees tonight, 21 points for Gracie Butler leads the way, 18 for Taylor Delenti, 12 for Maggie Butler, and 2 apiece for Cassie Crouch, Bella Fye, and Sadie South for a team total of 57. Tonight's Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game this evening is going to go to Taylor Delenti. I mentioned she sparked that run in the third quarter with a couple of huge threes, then hit a big one early in the fourth as well, as the Lady Bees separated from the Lady Jets tonight. Cumberland County falls to 13-8 on the season. They are 0-1 in 7-3A play. For the Lady Bees, they improved on the season to 16-3 and now have won 11 consecutive games. Next up for the Lady Jets, Friday night at White County. For the Lady Bees, Friday night at Livingston Academy. That game, of course, will be a broadcast game on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. That'll do it for game number 1. We'll step aside for a brief intermission, about 12 minutes or so, and come back and set the stage for a top 10 boys matchup. The reigning champion, number 1 ranked Upperman Bees on the road to take on the upstart 10th ranked Cumberland County Jets. We'll have all the action for you from Crossville coming up in just a little while. Final score of our girls game, Upperman 57, Cumberland County 40. Welcome back. It's time for another Crouch Team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show as we sit moments away from tip-off in our boys game between the Upperman Bees and the Cumberland County Jets. I'm Noah McKay, back on the call and producing things for us here this evening. Happy to be along with you. The girls' game saw the Lady Bees pull away late to get a 57-40 victory. This one very interesting as well. Upperman, the number one ranked team in the state, the number one ranked team in the Upper Cumberland. The reigning Class 3A state champions are 15-4 on the season, and they're coming off a commanding 63-27 victory against White County on Friday night. They have won 7 consecutive games against this Cumberland County Jets team, but it's an upstart Cumberland County Jets team. Second-year head coach Christian Goodwin has his team at 14-4, and the number 10 ranked team in the state in the Tennessee Sports Writers Association poll. They're coming off a 47-37 victory against Eagleton Academy. That came after a tight victory against Bledsoe County as well. They've won 2 consecutive games. Last year, a series that was dominated by Upperman. Ty Cobb set the then Upperman's single-game scoring record when he scored 45 in the last game between these two teams in this gym a year ago. Cumberland County brought everybody back from that team. They feel like they're more experienced. They've had a much better start to the season, but they know they're going to have to play their A-plus game in order to take down the defending champs, who as of right now are the runaway favorites in District 7 3A. We're live on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. Our presenting sponsor is Gentry's Power Equipment, your hometown steel and X-Mark dealer. We appreciate them for being a very long-running sponsor for us here at UCR. We hope you'll let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for in this one. And let's get to the South Willow Auto Clinic starting lineups. First for the Upperman Bees and their head coach Bobby McWilliams with a record of 15 victories and 4 losses. Starting for the Bees tonight, number 0, Mr. Basketball, Ty Cobb. Number 1, Joseph Maynard. Number 2, Jack Torrance. Number 22, Collier Bush. And number 24, Colton Johnson. Their opponents are the homestanding Cumberland County Jets and their head coach Christian Goodwin with a record of 14 victories and 4 losses. Starting for the Jets tonight, number 11, Andrew Dennis. Number 13, Schaefer Sitton. Number 23, Reese Davenport. Number 23, Saul Sitton. And number 25, Tristan Futrell. Upperman, the road team in their black uniforms, black shorts, white numbers on the front and the back with gold-lettered Baxter across the front and gold accents on the uniforms. Cumberland County in their home white uniforms, white shorts, navy numbers and letters, powder blue accents and trim around those numbers, and powder blue and white checkerboard down the side of the uniforms. 4 games across the network tonight over on UCR2. Livingston Academy. How about the Wildcats with a fast start over DeKalb County? They lead DeKalb County 16-4 at the end of the first quarter. How about Pickett County over on UCR3 against Red Bowling Springs, leading 23-0. And then on UCR4, Cookville and Shelbyville in a district matchup there. Cumberland County right to left on your screen. Upperman left to right as we get close to action here in Crossville. The band is right behind us as the lead official checks in, says we're ready to go. Davenport against Maynard in the circle. The tip going to be just grabbed, and can't do that. Davenport just grabbed it. You got to tip it back. And so it's going to be Upperman basketball. Ty Cobb has been sensational. He opened the game against White County with 3 of the best dunks you're ever going to see. Those are up on our Facebook page as well if you missed them. The last one was behind the back. He twists for a jumper in the mid-range, can't hit, rebound, fought for, out of play, last touch by Colton Johnson. Possession back the other way. Cobb felt like he got fouled. The officials did not give him that. Definitely was into the landing area, if nothing else. Upperman starts in the press. If you haven't seen this Cumberland County Jets team play, they are wide open. They shoot more threes than anybody in the district, maybe anybody in the class. They'll send it over right side. There's Tristan Futrell. Drives, has it poked, and they'll get a foul. And they'll call Ty Cobb for this. And Bobby McWilliams pointing to the other end saying he didn't just get that call, but already a quick foul on Ty Cobb. And Cumberland County would love to get Mr. Basketball in foul trouble early on in this one. Futrell with it here. He'll work it over left side for Sitton. Sitton picked up by Bush. Now he'll work it over right wing. Swing grab Andrew Dennis. Dennis bounces back, Futrell. Now left side, Sitton lines up the three, can't hit. Off the back of the iron, second chance on the offensive rebound. Kick out Dennis, sidearm three, can't hit. Rebound down, Maynard with it for the Bees, and a foul. Schaefer Sitton with the team's first foul on Cumberland County. Got his hand into the cookie jar a little bit. Each team has a personal. Cobb brings it up here. Oh, here we go again. It's incredibly annoying. Cobb has it outside. He's probably going to drop 50 points. You should not chirp him this early in a game. Johnson has it. Now left side. And he didn't even airball a shot. And in the corner, it goes Cobb. Cobb with a drive, contorting shot up. That's no good. Long rebound down and a foul for a push away from the ball and the rebound. They're going to call Colton Johnson for his first, team second. Bounce over top of the circle here. Sitton has it. Sitton works over, now bounces it right side, Futrell. Back to Sitton. Little head fake, he'll drive to the free throw line, now reverses it over to Futrell. Futrell, drive and reverses back out Sitton, now they're working over Schaefer Sitton into the corner. A drive for Dennis. Dennis throws it over his shoulder, Futrell. Upperman in their 2-3 zone. Now back out, long possession for the Jets. Touch pass out to Dennis, lines up the three and hits. Andrew Dennis splashes home the game's first bucket from long range. Will not be the last. 2 minutes in, 3-0, Cumberland County. Now pass over right side, here's Joseph Maynard. Maynard into the low block, Johnson. Johnson spins, head fakes, puts it up, blocked. Fight for the rebound. Tristan Futrell has it for the Jets. Now Futrell sends back over Sitton. Sitton fires it over right side. One dribble, Schaefer Sitton back to Tristan. Futrell with it, over to Schaefer. Back to Futrell, works it over to Dennis. Dennis to Saul, back out Futrell. That pass intended for Dennis was tipped, he gathers. Now over right wing side, 3-0 Jets, 5:20 to go in the first quarter. Last year in Baxter, Cumberland County actually led at the end of the first quarter, and Upperman took off on an onslaught. Dennis has it, sends it over to Tristan Futrell now in the corner. Back out Saul Sitton. Sends it over right side, Schaefer. Now to Futrell. Back and forth they go, Schaefer. Score update on the SK Creation scoreboard. Cookville leads Shelbyville 17-13 after one quarter. Futrell with it. Dennis, that pass intercepted by Joseph Maynard. Maynard is fouled. A reach on Tristan Futrell. Christian Goodwin does not like that foul. As Futrell stepped in front, didn't have a chance at it. And Jake Christopher going to check in here after an extended absence. Good to see him back in the lineup after an ankle injury over the holidays. Ty Cobb brings it up here for the Bees. Still scoreless here, 4:40 to go in the first quarter. Torrance to Johnson. Back to Cobb. Cobb drives inside, dumps it off to Maynard. Lay won't go, missed the bunny. Upperman missing a lot of easy ones early on. Sitton over left side, Schaefer Sitton lines up the three, can't hit, rebound down. Maynard with the board. Now a quick run out, here's Cobb. Cobb accelerates past the defender and lays it in with the left hand. Ty Cobb with his first bucket. It will not be his last. 4:09 to go in the first quarter. In transition, one of the best to ever do it in the Upper Cumberland. Pass over right side, little head fake. Now a skip pass to Dennis. Dennis drives into Maynard. Now the trap arrives. He reverses back out. Saul Sitton works it over to Schaefer. Schaefer Sitton now drives back to Saul. Saul, Schaefer. Now Dennis. Schaefer to Dennis. It's already hit 1-3. That's the lone bucket for Cumberland County. The possessions have been very long for the Jets. Here's Saul. One dribble, throws up the run with the right hand. It hits. Saul Sitton with the bucket. Jets go back in front by 3. Here's Cobb as he brings it into the front court. 3:25 to go in the first quarter. Cobb with a drive and a foul. He'll be held. Gonna get this one on 5. That's Jake Christopher, his first, team's third. Carmine Phillips, Finn Sissom to the table, checking in for Jack Torrance and Collier Bush. Cobb going to bring it up here for the Bees. 3:17 to go in the first quarter. Sends over to Colton Johnson. Now Sissom has it intercepted. Picked off by Schaefer Sissom. Sitting. Head fake. Great move. Lay won't go, though. Johnson with a rebound. Ahead to Maynard. Maynard sends it over to Sissom. Back to Johnson. Johnson works it over left side Cobb. Cobb activates to the baseline drive. Right-hand shot. Good. Ty Cobb with the bucket. He's got 4. All the scoring for Upperman after these long possessions for Cumberland County. 5-4. Schaefer sitting. 1 dribble 3. No. Maynard with a rebound. Back to Cobb. Cobb again. Crosses over. Gets free inside. Knocked out of his hands, but a foul. Hit on the arm on his way up. This will go on Sol Sitton. That is his first. Team's 4th. And Ty Cobb, shooting 83% on the season, goes to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. Score up there on the SK Creation scoreboard, 24-15. Livingston with the lead over to Cobb County. Cobb hits the first free throw, and we're tied at 5. Packed house here in Crossville tonight. Upper Bowl relatively full. Cobb goes 2 for 2, and Upperman has its first lead. All 6 points for Ty Cobb. Here's Saul Sitton ahead. Sitton in the front court, works off a screen. Phillips shadows him the whole way. He'll bounce it back out. Asher Mifflin into the game. He works at top of the circle. Now back over to Saul Sitton. Sitton works into a Mifflin screen. Now a little hesitation. Drives, nice feed across to Dennis. Sidearm 3, too strong. Lofton Crouch with a rebound. Crouch bringing it ahead for Upperman. Sends it over to Cobb. Cobb lines up the deep 3. No good. Got his own rebound. Now drives inside. Contorts and finishes. Ty Cobb getting whatever he wants right now. All 8 points for Upperman. Quickly ahead. Here comes Cumberland County, 154. Can CC stay disciplined in that slow pace they don't typically play, but seems like maybe the game plan tonight? We'll have to wait and see. Dennis drives past Sissom. Contorts and is hit and foul. Finn Sissom will pick up the personal, and Andrew Dennis will go to the line to shoot 2. Been a while without a point for the Jets. Dennis has the 3. And now he has the one at the free throw line. Jack Torrance into the game, as is Reese Davenport and Schaefer Sitton. Next one, no good. Rebounded by Cobb. Torrance sends it over to Crouch. Now Cobb, top of the circle, into Johnson, posting up. Johnson turns baseline, puts the shot up, no good. Well defended inside that time by Reese Davenport. Sitton gives to Davenport. Now back Futrell. Futrell, back door for Davenport. Davenport sends out to Dennis. That pass nearly intercepted, grabbed by Schaefer Sitton. Bounces in the corner, Dennis. 1:06 to go in the opening frame. Pass, that one intercepted. Torrance read it, and now here come the Bees in transition. Torrance gives back to Cobb. Eyes up for Cobb. He'll reverse it left side, Crouch. Crouch sends back Torrance. Schaefer Sitton almost got the steal. Torrance instead spins, gets free. Turnaround shot, good. Jack Torrance, the first non-Ty Cobb B to score. Quickly ahead, here comes Cumberland County. 39 seconds to go in the quarter. We'll see. Looks like the Jets content to hold for one shot within 4. And they will wait. Reese Davenport with it. Cumberland County did a nice job slowing this game down in this quarter. Seems like that's the plan. Here comes a trap for the Bees, though, with 18 seconds. That pass sent over right side, Futrell. Futrell sends it over. Davenport reverses Dennis. He'll line up the 3. Can't hit. Rebound fought for and a foul on Cumberland County. And this is the 5th. It'll be 2 free throws. On the box out attempt inside, Tristan Futrell picks up his 2nd. And 2 free throws for Torrance at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Kingston Mills and Joseph Maynard at the table. A little foul defense as Cobb will check out. Torrance first free throw is no good. Makes the second, so a split trip for Torrance, who has 3 in the quarter. 7 seconds, plenty of time here for Cumberland County to get a look. Down by 5. Inbound, sent over, Sitton runs it down. Shielding off Phillips. Sitton drives and kicks, back out. Schaefer Sitton, 4-3, can't hit. And that will bring us to the end of 1. Upperman 11, Cumberland County 6. This is high school basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Upperman leads Cumberland County 11-6 entering the second quarter here in Crossville. Ty Cobb with 8 points, 3 for Jack Torrance. Andrew Dennis with 4, Saul Sitton with 2. It's all the scoring. Cumberland County effectively slowed the game down, particularly early. They took an early advantage, but then Ty Cobb got it rolling for the Bees. Still 3 quarters of action to go. Jets basketball, Saul Sitton has it here. He'll work it over left side to Dennis. Dennis running out of time. He'll give it off. Schaefer Sitton. Schaefer bounces it inside. Christopher now to Saul. Saul fires a pass tipped by Cobb. He gathers again. That pass, dangerous. Cobb always lurking, trying to get those run-out jams. Schaefer back over to Saul. Now into the corner, Futrell. You can see Upperman closing out on all the shooters. Cumberland County takes about 29 threes a game. Saul with it here. Kicks out. They're going to take one here. Schaefer Sitton, wide open 3, and he hits. Schaefer Sitton with his first bucket of the game, back to a 2-point gap. Bush gives over to Cobb. Now Johnson off a screen, drives inside, contorts good. Ty Cobb already into double figures. He loves this gym, scored 45 a year ago. He's already up to 10. 9 minutes into the ball game tonight. Back out, Saul Sitton. Bees lead by 4. Right side, Dennis. Little pass fake, Sitton works it over left side, Dennis. Sitton bounces it in. Christopher. Futrell, quick trigger 3. He can really shoot it. That one's no good. Johnson skies up for the rebound. Over to Bush. Skips it to Cobb, left wing side. Cobb fires it to Johnson. Johnson, one dribble. Bounces back to Cobb, who says clear out. He'll send it to Johnson. Back to Cobb. Bobby McWilliams calling out for a new play. 2 minutes into the half. Or quarter, rather. Johnson back to Bush. He'll work it over to Cobb. He's thinking about it. Still thinking about it. Checks back towards Sitton. New play. Right side, Bush. Now Maynard. Johnson again posting up on Dennis this time. Shot fake, shot no, but a foul. Andrew Dennis will pick up the personal. Colton Johnson will go to the Sonny Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Just over 50% at the season at the line. So that's an area Upperman looking to build on a little bit. Nothing but net on the first one for Johnson. Torrance back in alongside Mifflin for their respective teams. It's the first point for Colton Johnson tonight. Next one for Johnson is good. 2 for 2 for the big junior. Upperman's lead is 6. Mifflin sends it over to Christopher. Christopher from the top of the circle. Picks up over to Saul Sitton. Maynard picks up Sitton. Upperman mixing up the defense. Now right side here, Schaefer just hit 1-3. Schaefer jab steps. Works off a Christopher screen. They switch off. Now they're working over left side. Dennis starts to drive. Picks up his dribble. Reverses back. Another long possession for Cumberland County. Saul Sitton drives, turns, and is fouled. What a finish. Saul Sitton with the bucket. Maynard picks up the personal, and they'll go to the line to try to complete a three-point play. Maynard got horizontal on the shot attempt. And Christian Goodwin wants a timeout to talk about things. It'll be a quick cash pawn timeout. 30 seconds with 5:03 to go in the second. A 4-point game after the make for Sitton. Could be 3 after the trip to the line. The South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors. Family owned and operated for over 5 decades. The South Willow Auto Clinic service all makes and models. Stop in at 640 South Willow Avenue for your auto repair needs. Score updates on the SK Creation scoreboard. Pickett County leads Red Bowling Springs 45-23. Stone Memorial leads White County 18-11 after 1. And I mentioned Livingston over to Camp County 24-15 at halftime. Out of the timeout call by Christian Goodwin, Saul Sitton's at the line to try to complete a 3-point play. And he does. Back to a 1-score game. Big possession there for the Jets. They try to turn this into a 4-quarter fight. Cobb sends over to Bush. Now Johnson, left side Torrance. Now Cobb. Activates with a drive. Swiped out of his hands. He gathers again. Swiped again. Gathers again. Swiped again. Gathers again. Twisting through. Cobb throws it up, and finally the call. Bobby McWilliams livid that there was no call sooner than that. It will be 2 free throws for Cobb at the line. Got that one on Reese Davenport, his first, team second. Cobb, 2 for 2 so far today, returns to the line. And he hits the first. And Bobby McWilliams saying, hitting his arm, and they're swiping at it there. Cobb sends both through. He's up to 12 points already, 17-12. 4:40 to go in the first half. Ahead, here comes Cumberland County. Davenport sends it over to right side. This one grabbed by Mifflin. Mifflin starts to drive, loses handle, now gathers. Back out Sitton. Here's Saul Sitton. Walks towards Bush, says clear out. Upperman in the zone still. Sitton has it poked, now gathers again. Pass it over right side, Davenport. Davenport against Johnson, picks up his dribble, sends it over left side, Schaefer Sitton. Schaefer with a drive, and he's tripped up. They'll get Jack Torrance. That'll be his first, team second. Tristan Futrell and Jake Christopher back in here for the Jets, as Mifflin and Davenport will check out. Talking with Coach Goodwin before the game, said, getting Christopher back in is big because now we've got 7 guys at least that we can rotate comfortably. Playing with 6 the past couple of weeks has been a more difficult experience, especially for the style this Jets team plays most nights. Pass fired over right side. Dennis started the game with a 3. He'll send it over right side, Futrell. Back to Dennis. Now Schaefer sitting. Dennis. Saul sitting. One dribble, little head fake. Now reverses out. Nice feed to Dennis. 3 ball, no good, too strong. Rebound down, grab. Second chance. Christopher with the offensive rebound. 3 ball on the way. That one's no good. Cobb's guys up for the board. Now Cobb out and running in transition. Cobb weaving through traffic. Barrels in. Has it knocked out of his hands. It'll stay on this end with the Bees. 3:22 to go in the second quarter. 17-12. Cobb from the baseline. Fires it over to Joseph Maynard. Now they activate. Cobb sends it over right side. Bush. Bush back to Torrance. Torrance ahead. Colton Johnson. Johnson, the back cut to Cobb from the baseline, reverses out to Bush on line 3. Good. CB with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. That was really good half-court offense by the Upperman Bees. First points tonight for Bush. Skip pass fired over the top right wing side. Sitting now into the corner. Dennis. Dennis to Sitton. Saul Sitton. Nice feed to Christopher. And he missed the bunny. Cobb had to back off playing with a foul. Christopher missed. Here's Cobb. I don't know why they're chanting air ball. It's incredibly annoying. Cobb, baseline feed to Maynard. Counted and one. Joseph Maynard with the finish. And all of a sudden, Upperman has opened up a 10-point lead, looking for more. They get Andrew Dennis for his second personal, the team's third. And Joseph Maynard at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line off a nice finish. Converts. And Upperman has very quietly grown their lead to 23-12. Cumberland County has slowed the pace of this game down, but the deficit grows. How will that change things? Schaefer Sitton walks it up. Bounces it over to Dennis. Back to Schaefer. Schaefer bounces to Futrell. Futrell to Dennis. Futrell into the corner. Schaefer lines up the 3. Can't hit. Rebound down. Sitton has it. Puts it behind the back. Goes out of play and it'll go to the Bees. 2:05 to go in the second quarter. 23-12. Huge crowd on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. As Cobb sends over to Torrance. Now Johnson. Eyes up for Johnson. He'll work it over to Torrance. Back to Johnson. Now Phillips. Maynard. Cobb in the mid-range. Wide open. Probably don't do that. Jets get away with it as he misses it off the front of the rim. 1:40 to go in the second. Sitting right side Schaefer back to Saul. Now over to Dennis. Dennis to Saul. Touches it back Schaefer. Lines up the deep 3. That one won't go. Maynard with another rebound, and here's the run out. Joseph Maynard looking to go coast to coast. Euro step. Shot up. No. Rebound down. Grabbed by Saul Sitton. 1:20 to go in the first half. Ahead Tristan Futrell. Fires it inside Dennis. Backs up. Shot up. And good. Andrew Dennis with a tough finish. 6 now for him. That leads the Jets. Cobb sends over to Johnson. Now right side Torrance. Johnson. Maynard. 55 seconds to go in the quarter. Now Johnson. Bounces back Torrance. Upperman looks content with a lead to hold for the final shot. Maybe not. Right side Maynard. And now they definitely are. Back to Cobb. And we will wait. And I will wish that I had earplugs. He has not airballed a shot tonight, by the way. You do that chant after an airball. 12 seconds. Cobb goes to work. Top of the circle, crossover, behind the back, step back, jumper, no. Maynard right there, put back won't go, knocked out of play, And that brings us to the end of the first half. After 2 quarters, it's 23-14, Upperman in front of Cumberland County. When we come back, we'll be joined by Dana McWilliams on the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. As Upperman basketball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family. Trusted care right where life happens.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Okay, welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. At the break, Upperman with a 23-14 lead over Cumberland County. Lady Bees victorious earlier tonight, 57-40, 11th straight victory, second straight district victory. We're joined now by Lady Bee head coach Dana McWilliams. Coach, very interesting game tonight. Your thoughts overall?
Well, I thought we didn't come out great early on, but you got to give a little credit to Cumberland County as well. They shot it real well early on. I thought, I told them at halftime I thought we would just settle down a little bit. We'll be okay. But overall I was pleased. I thought we had a really good second half and came alive.
Yeah, that was a very familiar fourth quarter. It's kind of been happening really even back in Greenville, maybe even a little before that. Fourth quarter has been your quarter. What's been the key for you girls in these big games to really kind of maintain their cool and come through in these moments?
Well, I'm not real sure. I think we just had a lot of tough games. And so when you have a lot of tough games, they're going to come down to the fourth quarter. So, it feels like our entire season's been basically that way. So, I think we are, and we've got good senior leadership out there, and Maggie and Gracie and Taylor. I mean, they all three just made really big plays late in the game. And, when you've got three seniors with a lot of experience, that helps late in games.
Defensively, Sydney Wilhite was getting rolling. She had 24 at the end of the third quarter. You held Cumberland County just 4 points in that frame. Was there ever any, blinking there? Because they got rolling in that third quarter, but you were able to ratchet it back in and hold this forward.
Yeah, well, we know she's kind of a high-volume shooter, so she's going to get some points. And she's a great player. And, she got hot early. We gave her some kind of easier looks than we wanted to early on, but she had a really nice game. I thought defensively we did okay. I mean, as the second half was much better. But that's part of it. When you have a good player and you're playing against somebody like that, they're going to make some plays, and you're going to have to be able to withstand it.
into the gauntlet now. You're at Livingston Academy, a place you're very familiar with playing on Friday night. What is, overall, first off, what does these weeks now look like? Obviously, you're in school, breaks are over, district games back to back to back. What does that look like for the Lady Bees kind of as you prepare for these test after test after test?
Well, I'm not sure how the schedule worked out this way, but we had our first district game at home, and then we have 4 straight away. So we play every single person on the road in a row. So that's tough. I mean, that's tough. That's luck of the draw or unlucky draw, I guess, whatever. But, it's going to be tough. We got Livingston on Friday night, and then we'll have Stone. And it's so odd, but we flipped right around and we got another district, game. That's really odd for the way we've been used to playing. You didn't see them that soon. We start again, but I mean, it is what it is, and we're gonna stay keep our focus on Livingston Academy. They're very well coached. We always know it's a tough place to play. It's going to be I'm sure an exciting game there as well.
I think my project for the week will be to figure out how many times you as a head coach have faced Leslie Riddle and Livingston Academy.
A lot.
It's a lot.
Livingston Academy, I think we've been playing since 2000. Now, I don't think Leslie was the coach in 2000. I think maybe she came in 2001 or 2. And but we've played many times. We've played in a lot of games, and it's a fun rivalry for us. So it's and for them as well. So it's exciting. But I was going a little shout out tonight too. Taylor, I thought had some crazy game. She was 1 rebound from a double-double, but Maggie Butler had a double-double tonight with points and rebounds, and of course Gracie had another big game as well. But that when we were talking about our seniors, I think when you go in and you have to go into Livingston, you have to go into those places, when your seniors can step up and make big plays, it really gives you a good advantage.
And for Maggie Butler, that's another double-digit rebound game. She had 12 points, a double-double tonight, really becoming every night you know what you're going to get out of her on the board.
Yeah, and I think she struggled a little bit tonight, some things, and she was a little bit frustrated, and we were kind of laughing because we were frustrated a little bit as well. And we're like, hey, she had a double-double, but she's such a competitor and plays so hard, and sometimes things she does goes unnoticed to the average fan, but certainly not for us and our team. But I mean, just really proud of the girls, and looking forward to Friday night.
Friday night indeed against Livingston Academy. Lady Bees victorious earlier tonight, 57-40. That's Dana McWilliams. Coach, thanks for the time.
Legacy House is right here in the heart of Smithville. It's more than a boutique, it's a family story woven into every thread. I'm Amy Allen, and I started this place with my 3 beautiful daughters. We offer timeless pieces that feel both classic and bold. From rich textured clothing to one-of-a-kind accessories. This shop has a perfect mix of heritage with a modern edge. So come on down, you'll find more than just fashion. You'll find a place where legacy and style meet.
Located at 104 West Walnut Street in Smithville, stop by and see their selection Tuesday through Saturday. Legacy House is proud to be an all-inclusive sponsor of UCR.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home with a great location just off Highway 111 on the south side of Cookeville. This home has just over 2,000 square feet, a 2-car garage, and beautiful hardwood flooring throughout. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people People come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Again, our thanks to Danny McWilliams for joining us during the Happy Hiller halftime show. 23-14, Upperman with the lead. Cumberland County's done a very nice job of slowing this basketball game down. And as a result, it's up in the air, 9-point game. Upperman basketball back underway. Colton Johnson drives inside, tips it to himself, no. Got his own rebound and a foul. Reese Davenport going to pick up his second. I'm Noah McKay, happy to be along with you tonight as Colton Johnson hands off to Ty Cobb. Cobb, turnaround jumper, too short, no. Fight for the rebound, still loose. Coming away is Saul Sitton. It's good defense in the board for Sitton. Quick run out, here's Futrell. Back to Sitton. Yeah, all the comments, you're right. I'm trying not to rip my hair out about the yelling, and that'll be a travel as Dennis lost his footing. Going into Bush, possession back to the Bees, 7:22 to go in the third quarter. I'm sorry that it is coming through on the airwaves. Imagine being 2 feet in front of it. Ty Cobb brings it up here. He checks over to the sideline towards Bobby McWilliams. New play call. Sitting awaits as Cobb floats back. See if they're going to go isolation. They are. Cobb drives inside, contorts, can't finish. Rebound down to Sitton. Good defense again by Saul Sitton. Pass ahead, Schaefer Sitton. Sends it to Dennis, back to Schaefer, over to Saul. What Cumberland County has done by this methodical pace in the half court is take Upperman out of their rhythm, haven't been able to generate it. They're protecting the basketball, relatively limited transition opportunities. It's a smart game plan by the second-year head coach. Back Futrell. Pass dangerous. Sitton has it. Schaefer Sitton able to gather. Schaefer floating back. And that's a 5-second violation. Clock was ticking. I'm not sure Schaefer Sitton realized it, but Maynard was in front, and possession goes back the other way. .6:15 to go in the third quarter, 23-14. Here we go. Cobb sends over left side, Johnson. Now Maynard. Some moments like these where I really say, God bless teachers. I have no idea how you do it. Johnson inside, good and one. Goes into Reese Davenport, who picks up his third. Colton Johnson to the line to try to complete a three-point play. He now has 4 points, had 2 from the free throw line in that first half. And Upperman has tied its largest lead as the free throw's no good. 5:58 to go in the third quarter. Melissa, I certainly do. Here's a reversal. Dennis sends it over right side. Saul Sitton lines up the three. Good. It's Schaefer Sitton, rather. Splashes home the three, and then a timeout called by Christian Goodwin. Schaefer Sitton with his second triple of the game, and Cumberland County continues to battle down just 8. Full timeout on the floor. We will take it with them on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Turf Masters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turf Masters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Thompson Machinery and the Cat Rental Store, your one-stop shop for all your dirt machinery and aerial equipment needs, located at their new facility at 4314 Academy Road in Cookville. They're a Caterpillar dealer who rent, sell, service, and provide parts. For rental needs, call Lane at 931-267-6380. And to buy, call Lucas at 931-979-5050. 5:45 to go in the third quarter. Upperman leads Cumberland County by 8 here in Crossville tonight. Ty Cobb going to bring it up here for the Bees. See what Coach Goodwin had in that timeout. Called it very quickly. Right side, here's Cobb. Sends into Johnson. Colton Johnson getting running. Finishes inside for 2. Bobby McWilliams wanted an and one. The official says no. Right side, little shuffle. Cobb stays right in front of Sitton. Now back to Dennis. Dennis back to Schaefer Sitton. Cobb steps to him. Sitton crosses over. Little head fake gives to Saul Sitton. Saul now going to drive in on Bush. Turns into the low block. Tries to clear him out. Sitton. Head fake back to Futrell. Futrell slides with Torrance. Rips through. Now back out. Dangerous pass. Sitton gathers. Schaefer now with a drive. Into the low block. Tie up. Puts it back. That's a double dribble. Goes uncalled. Johnson has the rebound. Wow. Torrance ahead. Torrance works it over right side Maynard. Back to Torrance. Torrance drives inside. Right-hand shot. Disrupted by Christopher. We play on. Sitting with the rebound. Sends over to Schaefer. Schaefer to Futrell. Back to Schaefer. 10-point game. 4:25 to go in the third quarter. Dennis. Left side Schaefer Sitton. Schaefer sends it right side. Christopher picks up. Now fires to Dennis in the corner. Dennis wiggles through traffic. Now reverses back out. Back out Schaefer Sitton. Sitton step back 3. Tough look, won't go. Rebound, it went back to him. Sitton now reverses out Futrell. First open 3 in a long time for Tristan Futrell. No good and a foul. Schaefer Sitton into the back of Ty Cobb. That'll be the second on Sitton. Third team foul against the Jets. Carmine Phillips checking into the game. So is Asher Mifflin. In for Bush and Futrell. A snail's pace to this basketball game. By design for Cumberland County. Cobb sends left side Carmine Phillips. CC's looking for perfect shots. If not, they're passing it up. Johnson with it outside. Saul Sitton face guarding Ty Cobb. Back out Maynard. They'll work it over to Torrance. Now Johnson from the free throw line. He'll pull up. Long 2 on the way. No rebound down to Dennis. Empty trip again for Upperman. Still a 10-point game as we plod along. Saul Sitton drives around the world. Sitton drives baseline. This reminds me of what Eric Mitchell and the White County Warriors have done the last couple of years. Just taking the air out of the basketball, looking for perfect shots, passing it around, frustrating the opponent. Dennis with a drive on Phillips, gets to the spot, puts it up and in. Andrew Dennis with the take. Back to single-digit game. That's 8 for Andrew Dennis. And on a day like tonight, 8 feels like 20. Here's Cobb, gives to Johnson. Now Phillips. Maynard, Cobb in the corner. Jab steps, there he goes. Cobb puts it up and in. Ty Cobb again for 2, and a timeout called by Bobby McWilliams. A full quick cash pawn timeout. Frustration mounting for the Bees who feel like Ty Cobb's not getting a whistle. So we will step aside. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment. Don't go anywhere.
Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
A slow-paced basketball game sees Upperman in front of Cumberland County 29-19 out of the quick cash pawn timeout on the floor. It's going to be Cumberland County basketball out of the timeout. Bobby McWilliams very unhappy with the officiating. Feels like Ty Cobb has been getting fouled on his shot attempts, have not gotten the whistles. Cobb does have 14 points. And that got to the timeout on the SK Creation scoreboard. Tennessee's roared back. They're tied up with A&M going to overtime in Knoxville. And a foul will be called on Carmine Phillips. It'll be his first. Team's first as well. Baseline inbound fired over the top. This one grabbed by Mifflin. Now a drive inside. Andrew Dennis playing really, really well for Cumberland County. Dennis into double figures with 10. Here's Cobb in the half court. Accelerates, drives inside, puts it up, and one. Ty Cobb quickly on the other end, and they'll go to the line to try and get three. They're going to get Jake Christopher for his second. Reese Davenport in. Jake Christopher will check out. Ty Cobb to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line, where he hits. Upperman ties his largest lead once again. Have not been able to push it past 11. 2:05 to go in the third quarter. Saul Sitton has it. Fires it over right wing side. Schaefer Sitton back to Saul. Now into the elbow. This one grabbed by Davenport. Long three. Schaefer Sitton again hits. Schaefer Sitton reigns it home. Christian Goodwin wanted timeout. The officials didn't see it. Sitton with his third triple. Second of the half. Back to an 8-point game. Upperman continues to not get it past 11. Here's Johnson. Back to Maynard. Maynard reverses to Phillips over left side Cobb. Cobb into the low block. Johnson power dribbles. Cobb Johnson right hand shot good. Colton Johnson with a strong take. He's getting it rolling. 6 in the quarter for CJ. Schaefer Sitton again for three. Nothing but net. The Jets finding it from long range. Schaefer Sitton his fourth of the game. Third of the quarter. 7-point game again. Finally some action. Here's Cobb and a foul. Reach in there. This one's going to go on Davenport. It is his fourth. So he'll be out of the game. Christopher will check in, and it puts Upperman in the bonus. So Ty Cobb's going to go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot two. On the SK Creation scoreboard, Pickett County out in front of Red Bowling Springs 73-29. As Cobb hits the first. 6 in the quarter for Ty Cobb, 18 in the game. DeKalb County roars back. They knock off Livingston 42-36 tonight after a very slow start. 2 for 2 for Cobb again. Quickly ahead. Here's Dennis. Turned away by Maynard. Now back out Saul Sitton. 56 seconds to go in the quarter. Upperman out in front by 9. Sitton, miscommunication. And really the first of those tonight for Cumberland County as they throw it away. Possession back to Upperman with 47 seconds to go in the quarter. See what the strategy is here, if Upperman holds or if they just go and try to separate. Looks like they're going. Left side Maynard. Into the low block Cobb. One dribble over the shoulder right to Johnson. Hesitation and the lay. Colton Johnson with 8 in the quarter. Finally some offense both ways. Sitton has it outside. Collier Bush puts his hand right on his hip. 20 seconds. 5-second clock is ticking. That's 5 seconds. Yep, there is the whistle. It was really about 6. Sitton can't believe it, but that was definitely 5 seconds. The official was there counting it. Possession back to the Bees. Really got 5 and a beat. 13 seconds left for Upperman here, late third quarter. Cobb wants the screen. Works away with a drive. Mid-range jumper. Popped out, no. Spin Sism right there. Put back won't go, and that brings us to the end of 3 quarters here in Crossville. Upperman 38, Cumberland County 27. This is high school basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
(38-27), Upperman with an 11-point lead over Cumberland County here in the 4th quarter in Crossville. 19 points for Ty Cobb leads the way, but Schaefer's sitting at 3 threes in that 3rd quarter. As Cumberland County now probably going to have to pick up the urgency a little bit. They've been going very methodically tonight, but time running out for that. Schaefer sitting has it outside. Sends it over to Jake Christopher, back to Schaefer. Skip past top of the key, Saul, now Christopher. Fires into the baseline, Schaefer sitting, lines up the 3, too strong. Rebound down, put back won't go, another tip. Christopher has it. Reverses out to Sitton. 3rd chance on the possession for the Jets. Christopher reverses out to Saul. Saul sitting back to Schaefer. Schaefer bounces it over right side. Mifflin. Mifflin drives and kicks into the corner. Dennis. Dennis reverses back to Saul. It's all about that urgency. It's a minute-long possession, albeit with a couple of offensive rebounds. Schaefer Sitton's 3 won't go. Another one. 4th chance. Inside lay, Mifflin missed another one. Rebound finally wrestled away by Colton Johnson. And here come the Bees. Looking to separate. Oh my goodness, this chat. Cobb drives inside and a charge. Saul Sitton took the contact, and they get Ty Cobb for the offensive foul. 6:46 to go in the ball game. 38-27. Nice job by Sitton to get to the spot and take the contact. Gets the call. Into the corner. Tristan Futrell for 3. No. Rebound down to Crouch. Cumberland County a bit cold from the field. Not what you need here against the defending champs. Right side Lofton Crouch. Picks up his dribble. Needs an outlet. Spins a couple of times. Gets out to Maynard. Maynard fires it to Cobb. 3 ball on the way. Good. Ty Cobb with his first. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 of the game. And Upperman has its largest lead out in front by 14. And now, Cumberland County is going to need a lot to go their way. Drive and a block. They'll get Jack Torrance for a block on the floor, I believe. They will. That'll be his second, team's second. Reese Davenport with 4 fouls at the table, checking in for Jake Christopher. First action for Christopher in a couple of weeks. 5 out inbound play here as they'll go to work. Sitting to inbound. Bounces it in. Davenport reverses out Futrell. Poke from behind by Crouch. Right into the cheerleaders. They're all right. Stays on this end with Cumberland County. Baseline inbound again. Sitting. Fires over the top into no man's land. It'll be a foot race and out of play. And it'll go to the Bees. The inbound is going to go where is the next question. It's definitely Upperman basketball. But down there. And that was the confusion. But it will be Upperman basketball. Nobody touched it. There we go. The clear signal, and everybody says, all right. That's all we need. Score update on the SK Creation scoreboard. How about Stone Memorial rolling White County tonight, 54-37. Cobb ahead. Maynard. Torrance into Johnson. Johnson power dribbles a couple of times. Puts it up. No good, but a foul. They'll get this one on Davenport, and it is his 5th. Colton Johnson to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2 as Upperman continues to separate now. 5:40 to go in the ball game, up by 14. Christopher in. As Johnson, who is 2 for 3 at the line. Gonna shoot a couple more here. And missed that one off the front of the iron. Rebound, or pardon me, checking in, easy for me to say, is Collier Bush. In for Lofton Crouch. Oh for 2, both off the front. A break, here comes Cumberland County. Dennis, step back 3, popped out, was halfway down. Rebound Torrance, and he's out and running in transition. Really the first chance for Upperman in transition tonight. Cobb off a screen, hops it over to Maynard. Maynard picks up his dribble, back to Cobb. Cobb at 22 points, works off a screen, reverses over to Torrance. Baseline drive for Torrance, skips it to Maynard. Now Bush. Bush fires a pass tipped by Sitton. Cobb gathers. Cobb, Euro steps in, now fires a pass to Johnson, saves it into Maynard. Maynard to Torrance. Back to Cobb. Bees reset. Cobb drives with the left hand, puts the shot up, no good. Sitton right there with the defense. Sitton works through a Cobb poke. Now right side, Dennis. Dennis spins it over left side. Saul Sitton, pardon me, Schaefer Sitton. Schaefer off a Christopher screen, now another one. Schaefer drives, sends it over to Christopher. Contorts, no good but a foul. 2 free throws upcoming here for Jake Christopher. They'll call Colton Johnson for his 2nd personal. Team 2nd. First one is good for Jake Christopher. First point tonight for the big man. Next one, no good. Out the back of the circle. Push with the rebound for Upperman. Cobb into the front court. Upperman's lead is 13, 4:15 to go in the ball game. Torrance drives inside, contorts, can't finish. Rebound down Christopher, a chance for the Jets to push. Saul Sitton, picked up by Torrance, midway point of the 4th and final frame. Sitton drives inside, and a foul. He passed it, so it will not be a shot. They'll get Jack Torrance for his 3rd, and it's the team's 4th. Baseline inbound here. Schaefer Sitton, wide open. He's having a great night, and it continues. Schaefer Sitton splashes home the 3, and it'll be a 30-second timeout on the floor. Sitton up to 15 points, all from long range. Thompson Machinery and the Cat Rental Store, your one-stop shop for our dirt machinery and aerial equipment needs, located at their new facility at 4314 Academy Road in Cookville. They're a Caterpillar dealer who rents, sells, service, and provide parts. For rental needs, call Lane at 931-267-6380. And to buy, call Lucas at 931-979-5050. The South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors. Family owned and operated for over 5 decades. The South Willow Auto Clinic service all makes and models. Stop in at 640 South Willow Avenue for your auto repair needs. Schaefer Sitton with another 3. Back to a 10-point game. Cobb going to bring it up here. Upperman's lead is 10. They led by as many as 14, but missed some free throws, and it's left the door open. Bush has it. Sends it over to Maynard. Maynard picks up right side Torrance. Torrance to Johnson. Into the corner, Maynard. Maynard back to Bush. Over to Cobb. Cobb surveys. Now goes to work off a Johnson screen. Drives and kicks Maynard. Joseph Maynard. Nice no-look feed over to Johnson. No call. Christopher into the body. We play on. 3 on the other end. No good. Fight for the rebound. Loose. Torrance has it and wrestles it away. 3:05 to go in the ball game. Torrance with it for Upperman, up by 10. Gives to Maynard. Back to Johnson. Right side Bush. Bush over to Cobb. Cobb activates, drives inside. A lot of contact that time in the call. Ty Cobb to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. We'll see who they get on this one. It'll be Tristan Futrell picking up his third. Score up down the SK Creation scoreboard. Tough loss for Cookville tonight, 67-50 against Shelbyville. First one good for Cobb. Two for 2 at the stripe. He's got 24 now, 5 in the fourth quarter. Upperman's lead is back at 12. Cumberland County going to need a quick burst if they want a chance here. Christopher inside out past Futrell. Futrell drives on Cobb, reverses back to Dennis. Dennis inside out pass to Sitton. Sitton. Hit that like button if you haven't already on both YouTube and Facebook. Subscribe to the channel or follow the page. Hit that bell icon if you're on YouTube. Be notified every time we go live. Saul Sitton with the finish and one. His second and one opportunity. That's a tough look. They'll count the bucket. A foul went on Collier Bush. That is his first. Saul Sitton to the line looking for 3. Sitting at the line. Maybe. Going to drive the wet spot. Went tumbling down. Able to get the roll. 2:17 to go. See if there's any fireworks. This game has been really entirely uneventful. Free throw no good. Johnson with a rebound. Cobb into the front court. I think it was a really good game plan by Christian Goodwin tonight. They completely slowed it down. Very methodical, and now Upperman going to deliver a taste of their own medicine, it looks like. Torrance has it. Back to Johnson, and they will foul. Still 2 more to give. Jake Christopher picks up his third. He's got to be careful, though. Reese Davenport's out of the game with 5. Christopher can't be the one taking these fouls, or else they have no post defender. Cobb with it. Christopher steps to him, and they'll foul him. So now that's the 4th on Christopher. And it's also the 14th foul. The next one sends the Bees to the line. Cobb with it. They don't want to foul Ty Cobb. 1:43 to go in the fourth quarter. If you know anybody in the Cumberland County Band, please tell them you chant air ball on somebody who has had an air ball. It's Cobb, sends it baseline, Maynard back to Bush. Bush weaving through traffic, throws up the runner and good. Collier Bush with the jumper. Upperman in front by 12. Back out, 3 ball again. Schaefer Sitton, have yourself a night. Splashes home his 6th triple of the game, 18 points. Back to a 9-point game. And a timeout called by Christian Goodwin. I imagine it may be his last. He's burned a bunch tonight. And it is a full timeout. We'll take it with him one final time on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
(45-36) our score. Upperman with a 9-point lead and the basketball after the three by Schaefer Sitten. Score from the ASK Creation scoreboard. Stone Memorial is routing White County tonight, 70-42, late in the fourth quarter in Sparta. That's going to be a big win for the Panthers in district play. Upperman looking to get to 2-0. Stone would be at 2-0. White County would be at 0-2. Cumberland County would be at 0-1 if this result holds, as now Torrance has it inside. Now he gives back out. He's pushed and a foul. 2 free throws for Jack Torrance. They'll get this one on Schaefer Sitten. It'll be his third. Torrance to the line to shoot 2. Livingston Academy at 0-2 in the district. So it would be 2 2-0 teams. They're not going to play until next week. Upperman's at Livingston on Friday. Cumberland County will have a big one at White County on Friday as Torrance hits the first. It's now 2 for 3 at the line this evening. Next one, no good. 10-point game, 1:08 to go. Saul Sitten brings it up. Gives back to Schaefer. He's had 6 threes tonight. Schaefer Sitten steps back over to Saul. He'll line up the 3. No good. Rebound down. Joseph Maynard has it. Gives to Cobb, but a foul for a hold. They'll get Andrew Dennis on the 3rd, and now Joseph Maynard will go to the line to shoot 2. Sonia, you're getting your money's worth tonight. Goes to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. First one for Maynard, no good. Upperman continues to struggle at the line. For 2. The door remains ever so slightly open. 53 seconds. Here comes Cumberland County. Sitten drives inside. Saul Sitten throws it up. No. Johnson with a rebound. Gives over to Cobb, and he's fouled. And now it'll be Ty Cobb's turn with 46 seconds to go. At the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Tristan Futrell has picked up his 4th personal. Cobb's first is good. Looking to slam the door now. Upperman out in front by 11. It's insurmountable with 46 seconds to go. Cobb has 25 this evening. Make it 26. 2 for 2. Here's Saul Sitten bringing it up. Here's to Andrew Dennis. Now Schaefer Sitten. Back to Dennis. Quick trigger 3. No, missed everything. Possession back the other way. 34 seconds. See if Cumberland County is going to foul. And it looks like they're not. The bench going to empty here for Christian Goodwin. It will take his starters out of the game. Unless that's to foul, we'll wait and see. No, he says back off. 34 seconds to go. Competitive effort tonight for the Jets. A smart game plan, but too much of the Bees here on the road as they led relatively throughout this ball game, and Ty Cobb's going to let it expire. And I think the best fitting way to this broadcast to end is for that chant, as Cobb has it here. And that will do it. Final score tonight from Crossville. Upperman 48, Cumberland County 36. We welcome you into the Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store post-game show. Scoring from the game is as follows for Cumberland County. Schaefer Sitten with 18 points, all from long range. 6 threes for Schaefer Sitten. Andrew Dennis had 10 points. Saul Sitten had 7 for a team total of 36. 1 point as well for Jake Christopher tonight. For the Bees this evening, Ty Cobb with 26 points. Jack Torrance had 4, Colton Johnson with 10, and Joseph Maynard with 3 for a team total of 48. The Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game this evening is Ty Cobb. 26 points, far and away the game's leading scorer. And he once again is the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game. Upperman improves to 16-3 on the season with the win. Cumberland County falls to 14-5. The Bees are 2-0 in District 7 AAA play. Cumberland County is 0-1. Next up for Cumberland County on the road at White County on Friday night. 6 o'clock girls tip-off, 7:30 boys. For Upperman, they are on the road at Livingston Academy with the girls game set to tip off at 6 o'clock. We'll have broadcast coverage of that game on our network. The Lady Bees were victorious earlier on tonight, 57-40, and the Bees round us out with a 48-36 victory in the nightcap. Keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest coverage of high school sports throughout the area. That'll do it for us here from Crossville. I'm Noah McKay. For everybody at UCR, we say so long from Cumberland County.